Hello again and welcome back to the ARAMCO F1 in Schools World Finals. I'm your host, Tom Deacon. I'm joined to my left by two-time world finalist Amy Martin. We are very excited. We've had the first part of day one racing and now we are heading to part two. This is the Middle East and the European teams going head to head. The time has just gone at 12:15 UK time, so whatever time it is where you are in the world, welcome along to the show. Don't forget you can get in touch with us at any point on our social media channels, which is at F1 in Schools HQ on Twitter, Instagram. What we're not on is basically an easier way of saying it, TikTok as well. Amy, listen, we've had a fantastic first showing from all of the teams getting in there. Some brilliant fast times. Currently the time to beat from Celestial is 1.045, and they were the first team to actually race, and no one else could match them so far.
Yeah, they've been on top since the start. It's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, and with these European and Middle Eastern teams heading up, there's some cars that have really stood out to you. I'll get your assessment of which ones you're looking forward to racing. We've also got some more mascots below the desk here to bring out at various points. And also, just to say, we are being helped along by Team Unity, who competed in 2017 and 2018. And there has been a changeover on the live stage here. Over in the touchscreen area, we are now joined by Sam. You're going to be breaking down a few of the cars and little things. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, so obviously Aaron this morning was more on the enterprise side, so I was the design engineer for the team, so I'm sort of looking at the cars that are coming up whenever you throw it to me, whatever the next race is, I'll have a look, compare the two, see what's going to happen.
Well, you know what, Sam? I'm going to throw you on right now.
Right in the deep end.
Right in the deep end.
Okay.
Sink or swim, because actually you are looking at the two cars there, Delta X15 and Team 26 Electron, the UK team. And just as I'm looking at that, what stands out for you?
Well, first of all, I feel like the main thing is the front wings. So the front ends are totally different, a totally different concept. So for Electron, you can see that they've got a low down, simple wing that meets the regulations, whereas Delta X15 have split it up into two sections. So the lower half of the front wings maybe to guide more of the air around the front wheel, whereas the top half's there effectively to meet the regulations. So the bottom half's there just aerodynamically, and then the top half is classified as the front wing for the regulation, the judging and everything to make sure it fits whatever the regulations they have. Yeah, that's brilliant. And I'm going to be really mean now, Amy. Out of those two cars, which one's going to go faster in the track? I know, I'm putting you on the spot, Sam. I mean, you can never really tell, can you? I feel like the paint job looks faster on Delta X15, doesn't it?
That's what it comes down to, the paint job. I love that. Thank you very much, Sam, from Team Unity. The rest of the Team Unity team are either trackside today. And Amy, you're looking at two car designs there, which we didn't get to necessarily do in section one of the show. But liking the designs of both of those cars?
Yeah, I really like how simple Electron is. Keeps to a clear colour scheme. But yeah, Delta X15 is looking pretty speedy.
Yeah, they're all the way in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. Delta X15, I believe you are with us. Welcome to the show. Looking magnificent. Guys, how are you feeling? And did you hear what Sam had to say about your car?
We are feeling great, and we are totally excited for the F1 in Schools World Finals competition. And yes, we are absolutely thrilled with the amazing comments and feedback we've heard from both of these fine people here today.
Oh, thank you very much, Alexander. And obviously, the interesting design setup you have at the front of the car. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yep, I'll pass you on to Cameron, our development engineer.
Yes, so one of the things we wanted to try differently this time was to 3D print our wing. And we found this to be much more effective than actually having the wing made out of the foam block itself, because it was more aerodynamic and it redirected the air over the front wings, making the car faster.
Yeah, we do not want to see any wobble on the track, that is for sure. Listen, Delta X15, best of luck. We're going to go trackside right now. And once we've seen the first race, I will talk to the UK team Electron. So a lot was going on in the first section of the races today. And we can get straight into it. Oscar, race director, the big RD, has clicked the button and we are off. Look at that. I think that is a win for Electron. Very fast times there, putting them right up into the top bracket, taking over Fabulous 9 in 4th place there with speeds like that. So a 1.08 for Electron and a 1.84 084, sorry, to Delta X15. So do you know what I'll do? I'll ask them right away. Electron, are you there? You have just witnessed your car. Incredible speed. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. Well, we believe simple wins a race, and as you can see, it worked.
It worked again. A 1.08, that's the first race, 3 more to go. Now, Sam from Unity Racing mentioned about your design. A simpler design seems to be working for you.
Yeah. So in the front wing, instead of going for like a double kind of layered wing design, I went for a single layer because adding more layers, it increases the frontal area, and that will increase the drag. So basically, we're just trying to be as non-interferent as possible regarding the airflow to make our car go as fast as possible.
Well, it seems to have worked 0.003 of a second quicker. Let's go to race 2 then, guys, and then I'll get your take on what you're seeing as well, Amy. So race 2, this is car B, Delta X15 in lane 1 and Electron in lane 2. Turnaround of fortunes there for the speed of the car. We're seeing that car B a little bit faster for Delta X15 with a 1.105. Watching the replays here. So getting off to such a great start, Delta X15. And as Sam said, maybe that front design of the car helping it along with the drag and that distance speed. It seems to be working for them. What did you notice, Amy?
Yeah, they're both looking very close. They're very close for the first time with 1.08, and now they're 1.1 together. So they're looking very close.
Yeah, guys, what do you think of your car B? Is it as balanced and is it exactly the same as car A?
Well, we believe so, but
The times say different.
The times say different, but hey, there's still 2 more races to go. Great stuff, Electron. And any other interesting factors about your car in terms of the wheels or the axles that you could customize?
In our rear wing, we made our rear wing flexible out of elastic material instead of a solid material.
And
because
we made
in our first regionals, our
made
rear
our
wing
wheels
broke.
from,
So yeah.
And we made our wheels from nylon polyamide 12, which produces even less friction than carbon fiber. So
Okay, because that's interesting, because a couple of the teams earlier on we spoke to were saying carbon fiber is the way forward, but for you guys, and just to repeat that again, Kellan, what was it that you made your wheels from?
Nylon polyamide 12, as it produces even less friction than carbon fiber. That's what we made our wheels out of.
Is that fitting, Amy, from your experience?
It does. It sounds very good. It's always interesting when teams use different materials because there's a lot of standard plastic, metal, and then the body, but it's interesting when they use different materials.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, Electron, you can relax a little bit between race 2 and race 3. I know you're very happy with the time so far. Let me chat again to our team, United Arab Emirates. Guys, faster car in the second race. Thoughts on what you're seeing so far on track?
Yeah, we're really happy with the way things are going so far. So obviously there was a lot of development involved in all of the car components over time. So we're just going to wait and see how things go in the last 2 races. But overall, we're pretty happy with the way things have gone so far. And we're looking forward to the next 2 races.
Okay, can you remind me again, guys, about your most memorable achievement? Was that in the creation of the team robot?
Yeah, we developed the team robot and we've made even more advances. Unfortunately, right now we can't really show it off, but we will be bringing it in. We've added voice recognition, we've made it a lot more portable, and we're really excited to show an upgraded version of our robot.
Well, I look forward to that, Tudor. That would be great. I tell you what, race 3, let's park the robot for 1 second because we want to see how fast your car is in race 3. Let's go back to car A, trackside then. To get things underway. So far, Sam, I'm calling him the touchscreen expert. He's 50% correct so far in the fastest car. 2 more races to go there, Sam. He's not sweating at all. Here we go. Sigh of relief there. That's 2 races won now. He did predict that the Delta X15 car would be quicker. Amy, and that is neck and neck, isn't it?
Very close. Very evenly matched teams here.
There's a bit of high-fiving going on from Delta X15, a 1.065 speed there, which is helping them move up the table. And that actually, just to double check, moves them into third if that time and everything is calibrated, collected. That would move them finally. The Australian hold in 1, 2, and 3. We might actually have a team moving into that third position. Sam, what are you noticing so far?
It seems really exciting, as you say, in moving into the top 3 against the Australian teams. Some other things I was considering about the wing was, again, the front wing. I'd say larger surface area is obviously helpful in this case in the lower section to direct the air around the wheels, which are often considered to be the least aerodynamic part of cars. Whereas on Electron's car, maybe they've taken, obviously they said the simpler approach, which is massively weight saving. So when I was competing, the 3D printed parts were always even tiny infills, so like almost hollow wings. It was the outer wall made it so much heavier, and they were the things that you couldn't really predict the weight-wise until you manufactured it. So safety-wise, I'd say that's a very good design, but clearly it's working out for Delta X15.
Yeah, both fantastic designs, the manufacturing. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll just go straight to race 4 then to wrap things up in the competition between Delta X15 and Electron of the UK. So Electron in lane 1, and in lane 2 we have Delta X15. Best of luck, both teams. Ooh,
Over before you could say it.
yeah, I know. I was running out of time, but what I noticed there, the finish speed is exactly the same. How often is that going to happen today? A 1.152, nothing to split those two teams apart. You said it yourself, Amy, not much difference between these two teams. Will that happen again throughout the competition? Exactly the same time for both of them. And yet the split time for Delta X15 was 0.464 and the split time for Electron was 0.429. So it's really interesting where they've made up the difference
Yeah.
getting one into the other of the track.
It's always interesting to see because normally heavier cars will take it towards the end.
Yeah.
But obviously.
Okay, all right. So what does that mean? I mean, who are you giving that to? I mean, I'd say Sam was 50-50 there in terms. That was a split decisions, but I'm going to give it to you, Sam.
Okay, I'll take that. In fairness, I couldn't get it right if it was a draw. There's no way of winning.
But it's just added a little element. I'll come to Delta 15 because you're on my screen. Guys, what do you make of those 4 races then?
We're extremely happy with the outcome. I'm very happy considering I'm the development engineer, and placing third, I think that's very good.
Cameron, well done on being the development engineer. And I've got to ask, quick question. How hot are you in those outfits? Are they quite hot or are they cooling? What's your temperature like?
Well, normally we'd say it's extremely hot, but thankfully we've got air conditioning in this extremely hot country. So we're vibing right now. All good.
Brilliant, Alexander. Well, listen, you vibe on for those fantastic 4 races. Well done, guys. Speak to you in a bit. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, and I want to talk to Electron before we say goodbye to the first 2 races of Section 2. Electron, how unbelievable was that? 1.152, exactly the same finish time as your opposition. But talk to me about how you think that race went.
We think it went really well, but there's always room for improvement. So, yeah, we're happy, but we know we could do better.
Engineering side of things, Musa, Nathan, Rohan, what can you possibly change to make your car go faster? What are you thinking in your minds?
Potentially improving, like making more iterations, maybe in our front, making our front wing like larger in order to redirect that airflow away from the wheels. Could be a good starting point.
And something that interested me was the difference between our cars A and B. So that'd be something which we'd probably want to look at again in terms of how they were manufactured. Why was our car B significantly slower than A?
We spoke about it earlier, didn't we, Amy? Like maybe it's the paint job, it's those tiny percentages. Well, listen, Electron, you did amazingly well. Well done on your showing today in racing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Very much into section 2, Middle East and European teams going head to head, and a bit of a change at the top of the leaderboard, which is always good to see. So we're moving on now, staying in the United Arab Emirates. Zenith are going to be joining us, and then we will have Bolt as well. I tell you what, Zenith really stood out for me. They're hoping to demonstrate their passion and ambition at this year's World Finals. Is it quite tricky to show your passion all the time?
I feel like it's a very emotional competition when you see your car race, and if things don't go well, it's always very easy to show how much you care about the competition. It's really fun, and I think it means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Well, hopefully they'll show their passion. Zenith, are you there?
Hi.
Oh, of course. I'm back in the meeting room. You didn't get to be part of the meeting. Are there tea and biscuits for this meeting?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, all right, that's something to work on, guys. But no, in all seriousness, how are you feeling going into the racing in moments' time?
Extremely excited.
Yes, excited.
Okay, and in terms of the engineering side of the team, who can tell me about your car?
Our car, we feel it's really good, and we've made it the best we could by doing lots of research, and we have this stent at the top of our car, which is an innovative feature that we haven't seen on an F1 in Schools car in the past. So we're really excited to see how it does on the track. Okay, well, I will be getting all of the lowdown on this from Sam over on the touch screen. He'll be breaking it down for me. But in the meantime, I wish you the best of luck for race 1. I want to talk to your opposition, Bolt. Well, good afternoon from the UK. Welcome. What have you made of today's racing so far, and how are you feeling about your car?
We're feeling confident about our car for sure, but there were some pretty good teams out there. So, was it George? Who were they?
Celestial.
Yeah, Celestial. They were pretty nice competition to go against.
Yeah. Okay. And how do you feel like your car will do on the racetrack?
Hoping under 1 second.
Okay. Hoping.
We're gonna see.
All right. Fingers
Actually,
crossed.
pretty sure, but we're gonna see now.
All right, guys. Well, listen, we'll say no more time and questions with you. Let's go straight to the track. Amy, this is very exciting. They seemed confident about that. Confidence is good.
Yeah, first team to say that they think they're going to do it, and I really hope they do.
All right, here we go then. So watch out for this. Bolt are in lane 2, under 1 second. Can it be done? Oh, it was very fast. Oh, 1.047. That is 0.02 of a second off Celestial. Andreas is a slight bite at the bottom lip there. That was all the emotions being shown there. Incredible stuff. We're watching the replay. It looked fast. It was fast. 0.02 of a second.
Very close.
Very close. I believe that looked like it was a wheel. Yeah, a wheel following in lane 1 for Zenith. We'll get the lowdown on that, but you can see it's across the line a little bit slower than the rest of the vehicle. What do you make of that then, Bolt?
This is what happens when you have 4 or 5 years of experience with F1 schools.
4
years of experience. And what do you put the success to your car down to? Which factor?
Innovation to the max. It was pretty. Were a couple of few features that have never been done before, such as the rear ports. Actually, that's one of the favorite parts of mine that we did.
Okay. There were sirens in the background wherever one of you was.
Yeah.
They've obviously found out the news. 0.02 of a second off.
Yeah, I live next to a fire station, so they keep coming in and out.
Oh, okay, good. Well, Andreas, Konstantinos, thank you very much. George, we're going to go to race 2 very quickly. I can just update you that Zenith have had a DNF for that first race. I'm curious to know, though, he's over there. He's itching to talk about the cars. Sam, tell me, what have you noticed about Zenith? They talked about a particular rear wing. What have you noticed about?
Yeah, they both have pretty similar rear wings, but I feel like Zenith... Their wing seems like it attaches in a totally different way on the top. So they've got a cutout in the rear of the top section where it all slots onto. But however, the actual design, the sort of letterbox rectangle shape is similar on both of them. Something that surprised me was Bolt's metal wheels. Whenever we tried metal wheels in the past, they were far heavier. So I was concerned weight-wise whether they'd actually be all right, but apparently they are.
Yeah, 0.2 of a second off. What did you notice from that race, Amy?
I'm very happy that they were that close, definitely. I thought we were going to have Celestial right at the top through the whole way through the programme.
Yeah.
Now I think we might have someone who to challenge them.
Okay, we'll go to race 2 then, see if they can make up that 0.002 of a difference. This is car B, as we've seen throughout the competition already so far. There is a bit of a difference between the two cars, but hopefully not in this case. Off they go. Very quick getting off the track, but yes, slower for Bolt, 1.108. And Zenith, just waiting to find out whether they managed to achieve not getting that DNF. But very fast times there. We're seeing the replay here. Zenith actually got off to a faster start and just slowed down somewhat. I'm seeing crossing the line. Looking at all of the wheels seemed to be intact as they crossed the line. But what would make the cars slow down as it's going along? It got a fantastic, acceleration.
I think it'll be the running out of the canister. If you don't have enough momentum behind the wheels to keep it going, that's when it'll start to slow down when the canister starts to get empty.
Okay, all right. So we're seeing there, Bolt are still with me. Your car B is a little slower, but not much.
Issue with it, but I did notice that the car we were seeing before in the picture was not our car.
Oh, okay.
We were showing the comparing. It was not both.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Oh, right. Thank you very much, Andreas. I will deal with this right now. I'm going to take charge. Sam.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I know that you didn't put that logo, the design in. That was actually Michael. So
it was Michael. Yeah. I took over just after this slide. Right.
Exactly. Right. Sam, we'll get that sorted, Andreas. But yeah, we'll be speaking to Michael a little bit later on. I thought for a second you were saying it was the wrong car on the track, and I was about to flip this table. I'm going to talk to Zenith now. Zenith, a DNF in the first race. Second race, much better, crossing the line. Any thoughts from the first 2 races?
So this is our first year competing in F1 in schools, and we believe that we've achieved a lot. And every day it's a learning experience for us, and we will improve from it.
Oh, that's a great way to look at things. And have you got already any ideas of what you would change in the car?
Yeah, we're gonna definitely further look into that wheel and back part of our car.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, still 2 more races to go, Amy. So when you were competing, what was the process? So you've had the races. Do you have a debrief? Talk me through it.
Sometimes you go straight into another judging session. So a lot of the time we would do racing and then have to go straight to verbals. We'd have to go straight to pit display. So sometimes you didn't have time to think about it until you're in bed the next day and you say, oh, racing didn't go too well. But yeah, it's nice to have a little talk through with the team afterwards to see how we think we can improve for next year. Yeah. And especially first time competing.
There's so much to
done so well, yeah, definitely.
Okay, trackside. Lucy, can you hear me? Can you tell me everything that's going on trackside, please?
So we've had a couple of breakages. So car B of Bolt, their rear wing has snapped off. So at the minute, if you can see in the background, Gary is busy fixing that. And then car A of Zenith, their front wheel came off. So we're just busy repairing that as well.
All right, thank you very much, Lucy, for the update. Lucy's doing a great job there. All right, while we've got a few seconds, now, the team trackside at the finishing line, Sam actually knows all about this. What are the different, you worked it out, Amy, what are the different signals for everybody to watch out for?
So if you're watching down the bottom of the racetrack, you'll see Michael and I think it's Aaron now. They'll be doing, there they are, you'll be doing the cross signal for, this is a brake, this is a DNF, and then we have a wing, and then on the leg is a wheel.
Okay, so those are the things to look out for. You'll probably be able to identify that, see that yourself, yeah, before it's relayed to us. But that is a great thing to look out for. And yeah, we don't want to see too many of these. No, but definitely not those. Definitely not those. But so the wings, as we saw actually in the first round of races, take not as long to fix, but it is a bit of a fiddly job to get it ready. But we've got cars A that will be racing next in race 3, but obviously a DNF from Zenith, so those wheels will already have to be being reattached, and we expect to see a slower time then in that response.
I always think so, because sometimes you just get some dirt in the bearings when they come off, or it's just adding extra weight with the glue. So it could go quicker.
Okay, could go quicker. All right. So, Zenith, you're still with me. Hearing that the wings, there's been some damage to both cars. That must be disappointing to hear that, but were you expecting the car to hold up better than it has, or was this about right?
When we tested with our de-acceleration system in the past, we didn't have this much of a problem, so we're unsure how it happened, but we're going to learn from it and find out what happened.
Yeah, what did we talk about earlier, Amy, in terms of the deceleration and to stop the cars, in terms of what they're using, the bristles are here, so what would actually be the technical term to ask these guys what they were using?
I mean, we use towels when I did the competition. So sometimes we'll test with towels and then they are absolutely fine, and then you'll come and race them here and the bristles will be a bit too hard. So
what were you guys using to stop the car?
We actually were able to use the bristles one because we accessed it from Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that car was too quick here.
Yes, maybe, yeah, indeed. Well, it's a lot to learn and be jotting things down and looking at the data, Zenith. I want to go back to chat to Bolt while we wait for the cars to be fixed. You're hearing that as well, a few breakages. That isn't going to hold you back from breaking this 1 second barrier, is it?
Nope. Fortunately, it was on car B. I did expect there was some minor issues with the finishes on car B, but no, I don't know why it broke. It must have hit the side of the wall, so don't know if it was supposed to withstand it.
Okay, it's supposed to withstand it, but you've got one more race, so 2 more races, excuse me. So let's go trackside now, have a look at the cars, and wish them both the best of luck. Like that, it was a fast pan in on the cars. Wow, it is an absolute repeat of the same time, I believe, a 1.047 to still 2,000th of a second off, but incredible to get exactly the same time. Yeah, very consistent. You can see the difference in the 2 cars there in the speed, but that's not easy to get that consistency, is it?
No. They must have done very well with that.
So there we go, watching the replays. Getting a great start and just maintaining that speed along. So that's interesting, Bolt, your car, exactly the same time, 1.047. What is the difference between car B or that you thought might be an issue between the two?
Except that I'm seeing the fact that our wheel cap just flew off.
Okay.
During the slow motion. The difference is that we basically had this small issue with the wheels, so I had to. It was not flat. One of the wheels was higher than the other one, so I had to raise one of the wheels using a different material and thicken it a bit, so that caused a little bit of extra friction between the wheels.
Okay. I believe that we can get a latest from Lucy up trackside. What's going on, Lucy?
So Bolt have just had a DNF, and we're going to get Gary to explain why it was DNF.
Yes, the hubcap on the right-hand front wheel came off halfway down the track, so in effect the car was underweight for half of the race, so that's the only thing we can do really. If anything falls off on the track, it is a DNF, time doesn't count.
Okay, thank you very much to Gary Anderson. Thank you very much to Lucy there explaining that. I believe that we can go straight in now to race 4 and hopefully make up those times. Don't forget, both cars in car B had to be fixed. So fingers crossed they can still set some fast times. Looked fast, was fast. Bolt again with a 1.064 taking the race win there. Zenith just under 1.2. So still an improvement in car B. That lane change helped. Maybe the wing coming off and then being stuck back on again has helped there to make it a little bit faster. So there you go. Good speeds, good times from both of the teams. And there we have it. Anything else you noticed from the two cars there?
No, I just want to say to Bolt, at least you've still got 2nd place. That first one still counted.
Exactly. Very good point there. 2000s off, but yeah, doing fantastically well to break into that top 3. We know the Australians are very strong. They've got fast cars. So congratulations to Bolt. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully there's not too many more fire engines leaving near Andreas's place. Zenith, thank you very much. And thanks for letting us come to your meeting.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Anytime. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that. Next time I'm in Dubai, pop over for a meeting. And what's really lovely that we picked out from Zenith is it is their first time competing. There's so much to learn. You think you're prepared for every situation, and then you learn something new, ready for second year.
Yeah.
Did you find that, Sam, with your 2 years of competing or several years of competing?
Yeah, so we started in 2014 actually. So we competed in a junior category called the Bloodhound class, where there was half the number of regulations. It was just simply a narrow-wheeled, long, pointy car, and that goes as fast as it can. So it's faster than these cars, but obviously much easier to make. So from then, it was learning the verbal presentation side of it as well as the engineering. So first year learning CAD, the second year developing that, and then slowly working my way up. So we first finished in F1 class in 5th, then 3rd, then 1st in the UK. So there's obviously a progression, across the years. You learn a lot.
All right, brilliant. We are going to move things on. You can see now the leaderboard on your screen, wherever you may be. Don't forget, if you've got any questions for us, fire them away to the social media side, F1 in Schools HQ on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. And also you can email us at contact@f1inschools.com. Hyperion Racing, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, you are there. Look at that. Welcome to the World Finals, ready for racing. Has it been quite a long wait? Has it felt like it's been a long time to get here to race?
Indeed, especially taking under consideration the circumstances.
And obviously, a fellow Greek team, Bolt, doing very well, 0.02 of a second off. The question is, do you think you can beat the current leaders?
Until we race, we cannot know. We just hope for the best.
Okay, I like that. That's very much an engineer, isn't it? Answer there. Yeah, we can hope for the best. We'll have to see how it works out. So tell me about your car. What do we need to know?
Zacharia, here we have a head of
so
engineering.
our car, during our testing, using our track timing testing device, we managed to see the times that it does in different sectors during the track. So we managed to improve on our aerodynamics and wings, and using different advice that we received from different universities and such, our car's aerodynamics turned out to be very good. So we hope to achieve a very good time.
Okay, well, fingers are crossed that you can get that good time by reassessing everything and moving on. And we have your competition ready to step up all the way from Ireland. There they are, the Rory and the more intelligent Rory, as I think they put it out to me yesterday in the show. Big Rory doesn't say much. He never talks, Big Rory. But welcome to the World Finals. There have been some very fast times already set. How are you feeling going into this?
Well, we could definitely get close to them anyways. I won't go jinxing us saying, oh, we'll do the fastest ever. Hopefully now we won't be slow. I'm fairly optimistic, but I'm not going to jinx us at the same time.
Okay, there'll be no jinxing on this show, Rory. Okay, Rory, tell me about the car. What makes your car fast? What have you been working on in the manufacturing?
Well, from the manufacturing aspect of it, we're using Peak for our wheels, which is brought on new from our national finals. So hopefully we should be able to reduce a bit of the time there as well. The overall just finishing and assembly of the car is 10 times better than what it was. So overall it should perform far better. And the front wing that Rory designed, not me, the other one, is a very good front wing, and hopefully it should be very efficient at moving the air.
Okay, now Rory Kane, does the other Rory ever talk? Should I even try engaging in a conversation with him, or should I leave him to it?
Yeah, I do.
Ah, yes! Big Rory. Okay, Rory, can you tell me about your logo? I'd like you to explain the logo. I'm seeing it on your outfits here.
Well, Joseph can tell you more about that, but it's a seagull, and we designed it as inspiration with the wind and speed.
Oh, fantastic. Joseph, welcome to the World Finals. Tell me a little bit more about the design.
So the design for the logo is based around an Irish bird, which we wanted to represent within our team brand, that it's our Irish roots. And on the wings of the bird, we have little slipstream designs that also represents the speed that we want to reflect in our car.
Oh, fantastic. One thing, Amy, never talk to Tommy Dillon. Never talk to him unless he's happy. So we'll get one race under the way and then we'll talk to Tommy Dillon. Sam, you're over by the touchscreen. Both cars, a little bit of yellow in there for both teams. What do you notice about their cars?
It's a bit Williams, isn't it, actually? It's a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
An interesting thing to note is that both cars are have taken a completely different ethos. So for this one, for example, it seems like the nose cone continues into the entire body, and then the canister chamber surrounds is all one part. Whereas for Hyperion, it's like a separate lower section of the body, one smooth sweep, and then the canister has a separate section coming off itself. So completely different ethoses. Although the side pods are actually very similar when you look at them. So the square coming out, but you can see there's slits on the inside. It'd be interesting to see them up close, see what they're doing inside there, see where they're trying to direct the air.
Okay, Sam, you know what I'm going to ask you? I can see you on the screen. Ask Sam which car is going to be fastest in the first race.
Well, I mean, I like the look of the Hyperion one, but I think I always went for this ethos, so I'm going to have to say it's this one, right?
Okay, I whistled there. All right, Sam is put his neck on the line there. Amy, what do you make of the two teams and everything you've seen?
Yeah, no, I agree with Sam that the cars look very similar, but again, very different in the noses and the rears. I think I would have to agree with Sam because it looks very similar to the cars that we used to make when the regulations were different.
Tell you what, Tommy Dillon, he's going to be happy with that. Okay, let's go trackside then. You will see Hyperion in lane 1. In lane 2, you've got Feabhas racing. So best of luck to both teams. Very fast, that's the first thing I noticed there. And a 1.61 to Hyperion Racing, and just under the 1.1 speed there for Feabhas Racing. And fantastic cruise speed of 21.5 meters per second. Hyperion will be very happy with that in the replay, but neck and neck until that last sector.
Yeah, and it really it makes sense because they were the ones that focused on developing the different sectors and see where the canister ran out and how they could continue it on to the end.
Got you. Look at that. Oh, I see a very much a breakage there for lane 2 for the Feabhas Racing. We definitely won't come and talk to Tommy Dillon now. That is not going to happen. But it looked like was it the side wing, rear wing there?
It looked like a rear, I think.
I'm going to actually take it out of my hands to decipher what's happened. Lucy, did you see what happened?
So as it was going into the deceleration system, Feabhas's rear wing has unfortunately snapped off. So Gary's down there now. Hopefully going to sort it out before the next race. Okay. But luckily they've still got car B, so car A is going to get repaired now.
Okay, brilliant. Yes, well said, Lucy. Yes, Feabhas Racing do have car B ready to step up. Feabhas, Rory, what did you make of that then?
I wasn't too happy with that now, especially the rear wing snapping off.
Yeah. Had you found in testing that the car withheld the deceleration and hitting the bristles? Were you using the bristles or did you use the towel?
We used a towel. Okay. And I don't think we ever had anything like that happen before. So
it's very interesting why that's happened now. But a very decent speed. What about your car B? Do you think it can go faster than car A?
It's hard to say, but I have a lot of faith in the manufacturing engineer and the manufacturing Rory did. So I presume they're both very much up to scratch.
Okay, well, Sam and Amy were a fan of the car. Let's see on trackside whether race 2, car B, can deliver. Very quick indeed. Hyperion takes it again though with that 1.0. We're just seeing here 6.3, which is very quick indeed, putting them into sort of around about the 3rd position. And again, I'm seeing another sort of part flying off. But Hyperion, what do we make of the 2 races? Very quick so far.
We're extremely happy with the results. They're actually better than what we had expected. So this is amazing.
Oh, Zacharias, that's fantastic. The smiles on everyone's faces of the team Hyperion is great to see. And the question is, moving lane, you might even get a little bit quicker.
Perhaps, or it may also get worse. We're going to see. The good thing is that we have consistent times in both cars.
Yeah,
because they're very similar. So
yeah, Aristides is the proper engineer. He's not going to give me anything confident. He's not going to talk out. He's not going to jinx anything here. And obviously, with your car, what are you noticing? I mean, Sam mentioned a few things. Tell me about the wheels that you're using.
So we're using so we're using peak wheels as well, with hybrid ceramic bearings. I think as everything as well. So.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Zacharias, I'll come and get your thoughts and feelings on it. But there's a lot more going on trackside, so we'll head up there now. Lucy, more developments on Gary Anderson as well.
Yeah, so at first we thought it was only the rear wing that had broke, but it turns out there's actually quite a few bits broken, Gary. What can you tell us about their car?
Well, yeah, car A, basically, there's 2 axles broken, rear wing, front wing, and one of the pods. So I'm afraid there's no way we can fix that between the races. Car A, the rear wing is broken on it. Car B, the rear wing's broken on it. So I've got to go and fix it now for the second race. But I'm afraid it's going to be a race with 1 car.
That is, you never want to hear that for a competition, only racing with 1 car. I'm assuming that is Feabhas, the first time we watched car A, something came off. Never good rear wing, the axle broken. So what does that mean? It's going down to just 1 car now. It's all reliant on their times onto 1 car.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a shame, especially because they have been testing, but it's the testing without the deceleration system, because it's the impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll mean now they'll race with 1 car.
Okay.
And then DNF for the other.
All right. Hyperion Racing. I wanted to ask Zacharias, what else do I need to know about your car while we wait to race again?
If you saw the speed across the track, it was pretty high. That's what we managed to perfect using our system. That's the whole goal. Keep the speed as high as we can during the entire length of the track.
Okay. Good tactics there.
You said that if the other lane, do you think the other lane is quicker? Because that's what you said.
Yeah, I was.
Do you know something we don't know?
Do I know something you don't know? I'll be honest with you, Zacharias. I'm going to level with you. I don't know anything, but I cannot say anything. But I'm just saying, you're moving lane. Whatever might happen, the cars are exactly the same. But you might get a little bit faster. You never know. Something might happen. But yeah, listen. Great times that you've set so far. 1 more race to go, 2 more races to go. Just waiting to go trackside to get underway. But yeah, if I can actually chat to Feabhas Racing. Guys, sorry to be the bringer of bad news. Gary Anderson has told you now down to 1 car. That's the worst sort of scenario that could happen. But there's still a possibility to set some good times.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll be optimistic about it. We'll take what we can that's good from it, but see what happens.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Joseph, and the rest of the team with Feabhas Racing. Never want to hear that. Using their peak system to try and get as much speed as they possibly can. Waiting to go to trackside to let the guys hopefully post a brilliant time. Wouldn't it be sort of a kind of an amazing moment if the car B set such a rapid time?
Straight to the leaderboard.
Straight to the leaderboard like that. So Celestial still sitting top of the leaderboard with 1.045 seconds, which has them on top. And then we know that we have a new 2nd place with Bolt. But those Australian teams doing so well. I wonder what it will come down to. We'll have to look back through the portfolios to find out with their design and everything. But there must be something that they've got right, because rapid, the 3 of them.
Like you said, when I was having a little look when Gary wasn't looking, the Australian teams do look very different to the rest of the pack. So it might just be something that they've got as a secret.
Yeah. Sam, I want to bring you back in for a second. Did that ever happen to you, losing one of your cars, only having then one car to set your speeds, your times?
It happened in the knockout finals once in the nationals. We lost the rear wing snapped off, but sort of pulled all the foam with it. So there was just a massive gaping hole in the top of the car. But yeah, that was when the bristles were first introduced, and it's just because it's the high force when they hit them, obviously, but it's at such a high point as well, like directly in line with the rear wing. So obviously the rear wing's an important part, but then if that's the only thing that's taken the might of the force, it's obviously going to rip it off. And so maybe it's to do with manufacture, maybe it's try and manufacture it better, design it better, maybe give it a larger surface area to glue onto, or maybe make it higher so it's above the bristles or anything. Just, yeah, the bristles are something to avoid. Because
earlier on you went down here on the stage with us. Aaron was standing where you are now, but we noticed that Hyperbolt had a very rigid rear wing, and we thought that was interesting, but they just wanted it to be durable. That's their main concern. How would you go about it to give that balance to speed over durability? Yeah, it's all to do with testing, to be honest. You can never fully test for the impact, but you can test the bending, you can apply forces to the wings to make sure that they're not going to snap themselves. But it depends on the printing method as well. If it's FDM printing, there's layers, so it lays a layer of plastic down and then a layer on top and a layer on top, and at the point where the two layers stick, very easily like peel off from one another. So it depends, even things such as the orientation of the print bed. So it's maybe better to have a lengthways layer rather than a heightways layer, because that'll snap off much easier off the end. Yeah, things like that. Okay, later on you will be talking us through a few rear wings that you have identified. Just tee it up for us so we can get excited watching at home. What will you be discussing? Just the ability of them? What aspect? Well, basically, it impressed me when I turned up, because obviously when we did the World Finals in 2018, the rules were totally different. So everyone's wings were sort of just two separate wings sticking out the side of the car, whereas now everyone has the raised above like an F1 wing, the whole length, because of the regulation change. And some people have definitely looked at the regulations and come up with some interesting ideas. I think you've teed that up beautifully. So that'll be on its way very shortly. We'll be having that broken down, not literally, guys, but broken it down metaphorically with Sam verbally later on. That'll be happening. Amy, in the meantime, once we get back to the trackside for Hyperion Racing versus Feabhas, we will then be heading over. We're sticking in Greece. The Olympian Racing will be taking on Quintolux of Ireland. Now, I'm gonna throw it out there, tease it out a little bit. You're quite excited to watch Quintolux race. Yes, but as we said before, I have picked the wrong car before, the slower car. But I definitely think that Quintolux have an amazing car. I'm very excited to see that one. Okay. Very good paint job. No favouritism here, Amy. Very professional. But you can only explain what I've seen. Exactly. All right, Lucy. There's been another development trackside.
So, as you can see, we only have one car racing during this race, so unfortunately the Irish team's car is unraceable, so unfortunately they will not race this one. Okay, well, thank you very much, Lucy. So there you go. So it's just Hyperion in lane 2. Without further ado, I think we should get trackside, get everything lined up. Oscar's the race director, ready to push the button, and best of luck to Hyperion. Waiting for that time just to be confirmed, but I believe, it's not under the first 1 second, which is important. It's a 1.082, but just wait to have that confirmed. 1.82, that would, if that stands, originally before we came to section 2, the Middle East and European teams racing, that would have put them into 4th place with that 1,000th of a second quicker than Fabulous 9. And just for those wondering who the people are sat down to the right of your screen for the second, those are the lovely team that we have putting you through, or the teams through, on Zoom. So Hyperion Racing, if that time stands, hopefully it does, that will have done well for you. But guys, I'll come back, there they are. Zacharias, what do we reckon then for that? A little bit slower, but still a good time.
it seems that the second lane is a bit slower, so yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is why I told you, don't believe anything I say. I'm just, I'm just sparking conversation. That's what I do.
But it's still okay, and we have the other car to go still, so yeah, we'll see.
Okay, and just while I've got you, have you done any other judging already today?
Yeah, I have actually watched all the races and have taken notes on each car, and I got some judging to do later and some starting to do on the other team's cars for next year.
Okay, all right, already researching. Very much. Sounds like Mercedes for next year. Hey, we're not going to do any more development for our car this year. We're just going to focus on next year. I'd love to hear it. Right, we will soon go trackside to see cars B. Well, there you are. We're ready there now to race. So Feabhas in lane 1 and Hyperion in lane 2. Well, that looked neck and neck for a second. Very quick time by Feabhas Racing.
We have a wing.
Another, a wing. I did see it, yes. So, but which lane? Was that Aaron that was giving the wing?
I think it might have been both.
Both of them. Okay, so we'll wait for that. If it still counts, they are very quick times. 1.084. See if you can see where impact happens. Neck and neck. Oh yeah, you can see that in lane 1, can't you? Yeah. Feabhas again. Just seems to be hitting the bristles.
At the wrong height.
The wrong height. Okay. Right, Hyperion, I will say Etharisto, and thank you very much. We will speak to you later on. Take care.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye.
There you go. Great work from those guys. Feabhas Racing, another wing coming off, Rory. How will you debrief? How will you calm down Thomas Dillon? How will you do that?
Well, it is what it is. There's, we can't just snap our fingers and go back 10 minutes and fix it all by make it not happen. It happened. The car was still fast, which was the important part. 1.087 or thereabouts is definitely a time we had in mind. So say we achieved that anyways. We didn't intend on the entire thing to break, but that also happened. And we'll just have to move on with it, and hopefully we can still do well.
Yeah, you're only in control of the controllables that you can control. So I think that's a fantastic way to look at things. And guys, genuinely, apart from the incidents with the cars, it's always a pleasure to chat to you. So thank you very much for giving your time, and we'll speak to you again soon, all right?
Thank you.
All right, take care. Feabhas Racing there. So, hey, it is what it is. I love that expression, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to move on. Hopefully the judging will go well, because for them, it's not just down to the racing. I can't stress that enough. There's other areas that you will be awarded points.
Definitely. Very important to focus on everything after racing as well.
Yeah, okay. Sam has already changed the graphic on his screen. He's ready. So without further ado, Sam, I'm going to throw over to you. What do you notice about Olympian Racing and Quintolux? And do you feel the same way that Amy does about Quintolux's car?
I do like Quintolux's car, yeah. It's the sort of thing I was talking about earlier about the rear wings, about how different people have approached it in different ways. So instead of a flat rear wing, it curves around the entire length of the body. So it's a strong base at the bottom, so in theory it shouldn't be breaking off, and then it just fits around it perfectly. I mean, a different approach from Olympian as well, who are attaching it to the sections just behind the rear wheels. Yeah, overall quite an F1 looking front nose cone for Quintolux. And Olympian themselves going a much a more smooth, flowing the entire length of the body, really long chamber surrounds I was talking about earlier compared to really short for Quintolux. Looks pretty different this time.
All right, well, thank you very much, Sam, for breaking things down for us. Amy, I think we should just chat to them. Olympian Racing, you can see on your screen right now the times, who's still at the top. It's Celestial, then you have Bolt, and then you have Nebula. So from all the way out in Greece, Team Olympian are a new team formed especially for the World Finals in June. Guys, hello,
Hi.
welcome
Hello.
along.
Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, and thank you, Theodora, for turning up on time. I appreciate that after yesterday. So guys, how are you?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm only joking. I don't mean that at all. Welcome. How are you all feeling going into racing? How confident are you?
Mixed feelings, I think. It's the one part of the competition that we have the least control. All we can do is sit here and watch and pray that the car will go, it will go okay, it will not break, it will be fast. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will indeed. I want to level with you, Alexios. While you were talking, I just broke my pen. So listen, you can make the best plans, but the F1 in Schools pen has broken. I will need to replace that. You can't... Oh no, I've fixed it. Alexios, tell me more about the design of your car, please.
Okay, our design is, it has some pretty distinct features. You can see it's very long. It has a very long wheelbase. It has exposed front wheel support system, just like in an F1 car. And we believe that this will give us an edge when it comes to the aerodynamics of the nose cone and the front of the car in general. We tried basically, we very much focused on the front of the car as when it comes to the aerodynamics, because it's we think it's the most crucial one, because it's the first one that that comes into contact with the air. So it will determine how the air moves to the rest of the car, and that's why we gave great attention to the front of the car. And you can see that we have a quite distinct design, and we're hoping that it will do good.
Okay, I am too. It's really good to have a key area where you want to focus on, Amy, isn't it? So that front wing is vital. It looks like you have a lot of paperwork behind you, Eleni. You seem to be like keeping everything locked down with the paperwork, which is good. And you've noticed as a team a lot of breakages. Are you confident that you'll stay intact, you'll be durable throughout the races? Alexios, do you reckon your car will manage to sustain itself throughout?
Yeah, well, it's something that we have not experienced many breakages during testing, only at the front wing, and we fixed that by changing the design and the material. So we are confident that the car is durable, but we'll have to see with the Denford stop system, because this is something new in the World Finals. We do not get to choose our deceleration system, and it's a very important factor. We have not tested this particular deceleration system before because we just don't own one. But we are hoping that it does okay and it stops the car safely.
Okay, yeah. Safely stopped is what we want to see. Well, thank you very much, Olympian Racing. I wish you the best of luck. Soon we'll be going trackside to watch the racing. But I think we've got time. Quintolux, are you there? There they are. And what you'll notice about Quintolux, what's always happens with them, they always like to put themselves in photos just behind them. That happens every time. Listen, Amy, Sam from Unity Racing, they really like your car. Are you proud of your car?
Very, yeah, we are. It's kind of one of our kind of nearly standout features that were kind of really different, especially our rear wing. So yeah, it's nice to be different, I suppose. It's a little bit complicated.
Okay, and obviously we're talking to Olympian Racing just before you guys, and they obviously haven't experienced their deceleration and stopping safely. How are you feeling about that?
Well, with the kind of design of the rear wing, we're hoping that because it isn't as exposed as the other wings, that it won't be prone to breakages.
And one of our huge design considerations is the fact we won't be there to fix it. So the plan is that everything stays together.
Okay. Yeah, that's all you can do really is keep your fingers crossed now. We spoke to the other Irish team, Feabhas Racing, and they said it is what it is. So we will find out what it is. Anyway, the point is we're going to go trackside now. Quintolux, lovely to chat to you. Let's head up trackside, see if the guys are ready to get race number 1 underway, and they are. Here we go. Quintolux in lane 1 and Olympian Racing in lane 2. Very quick times there. And I'm seeing wing straight away from both Michael and Aaron at the end, both tapping their shoulder. Which means Bit of wing damage there straight away.
Oh.
Yeah, we're seeing that. Don't want to see that. It's never a nice thing to see there, but we will get the latest from that. Wait for Lucy to give me the signal that we can go up there and chat to her. But, oh, she's giving me the signal now. Lucy, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm all ready for it. So, unfortunately, Olympian's rear wing has popped off. Gary's heading down now to have a look at it, but obviously it's car race. They've still got car B to run, and hopefully we can fix it within that 30-second period and they can race again.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lucy. Lucy, I never doubted you for a second that you weren't ready to be spoken to. We can see Gary Anderson, the chair of judges. He is taking a piece of the car back up, probably for inspection to see whether that can be fixed before car A races again. But yeah, it's but very fast times though set, but whether they count or not, we'll have to wait and see. Thumbs are being given up, so we're going to get straight into race 2 now. Oscar's given the signal, race director. Didn't definitely, the naked eye didn't see any breakages there from either lane. Wait for signal on that, but that is a very fast time from Quintolux, 1.057, which would put them up into 3rd place over Dark Matter, but we're still waiting for the times. I think that means they're 1,000th of a second off Nebula, who had a 1.056. But that's what you want to see when they end. You don't want to see any
Don't want to see anything coming off it.
It just sort of seems that they were officially, I'm going to use the term, officially hugged in there snugly. What did you notice from those 2 races, Amy?
I mean, very close again. It's so nice to see that the cars can look so different, like Sam said, but they can still perform very well. So it's nice to see how many different routes you can take when designing them.
Yeah. Olympian racing, what are we making of that? Alexios, you didn't have the time necessarily or the facilities to check things, but how did you think race 1 and 2 went?
Yeah, we're pretty okay with the times. I think we're pretty okay. It's what we expected, I believe. But the front wing, it does not trouble me too much. It got sort of broken at the first race. I didn't see it breaking at the second one. But actually, the use of super glue, the one that we chose, allows for the wing to be removed from the main body quite easily, which is more preferable than having a breakage and especially breaking the main body. So this should not be a major problem. It's just a thing of gluing the airfoil back together, and I'm hoping that it's okay for the next race.
Okay, fingers crossed for you in that regards then. And Quintolux, what did you make of the first 2 races?
Yeah, can do better.
Yeah, we're warming up now. So.
That's good to know. We've warmed up now, and the only member of the team wearing a hat. Did you not all get a hat, or what's the deal?
He's the only one who can pull it off.
Okay. Fair enough. He's the only one that can pull it off. Well, great to chat to you. Just warming up. I like that confidence. You know, you've got to say, hey, listen, we're warming up. We've got 2 more races. Car warms up, but you were liking this car to begin with. Still feeling the same way about the speed of the car and the aerodynamics of the car?
Yeah, I think something that, I mean, they can probably say, but I think they probably did take a lot of care with the finish. And it's really important with thousandths of seconds on these tracks to make sure that you've got the smoothest finish possible, just because it does affect the aerodynamics massively. So really well done, because the car does look amazing.
Yeah, how did you manage to do that? What was your secret, Quintolux, of getting car A and car B to match?
What we used was a 2-part primer, so we were able to get a very smooth finish, and we kind of sanded it after the primer was applied.
Sure, Andrea spent about 5 hours. I'm doing it in my sleep now still.
Do you know what? That is a good use of sleep or dreaming, is to be working. especially to come up with amazing design engineering sort of like initiatives and innovations in your head. So what else about the car would you like to point out for the rest of the world?
Our innovative rear wing with our dual functions. So what we did was we took our national flying car and problems with our rear pods, we took them away. And then we added kind of the features that are on the rear pods onto the support material of the rear wing. So what we did was we added vortex generators, and we dropped the wing about 5 mil and added kind of an incline. And this kind of gave us a streamline kind of over the wheel, and it also kind of got the air to kind of follow with that curve with the vortex generators.
Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah. Tone it down.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, always a pleasure to chat to you. I'm just being told that we should go trackside now. Lucy has an update for us.
So regarding the break that we had earlier, we've unfortunately had to not allow car A to race for Olympian racing. Gary, why are we not allowing this to happen?
Will be the super glue that we've got. We've got 3 different types, and I can't get it to bond together with the rapid prototype nose section. We can probably do it tonight, but just within the time we can't get it to work.
So they'll be allowed to race tomorrow if it's fixed, but just not today.
We'll get it fixed tonight, do the race tomorrow, okay.
So it's not all bad news for Olympian, but it is just for this session.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lucy. Do you know what? Lucy's the person I want. If any bad news ever needs to be given, Lucy's the person to give that. It's so calming. But yeah, like you say, Olympian will be able to race tomorrow. Just can't be fixed now. So when we go trackside for race 3, they obviously won't be on the track. But hey, we're ready to go there right now. So let's do it. Quintolux, best of luck for race 3 then. The only car on the track. I look forward to seeing Olympian racing tomorrow. It seemed very quick, and that is because it was very quick indeed. If that stands, I don't want to jinx it in any way, shape or form, but it crossed the line. I don't think there was any breakages that happened. I don't want to announce it just yet, but part of me is eager to do it. They're already celebrating. I think I'm going to give it the 1.040. That puts Quintolux on top of the leaderboard with that at the moment. So congratulations to Quintolux. All of that sort of working during your sleep has paid off. Well done, Quintolux. If that stands, that's an incredible achievement. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, listen, guys, you've still got one more race to go. Would you say that the car A is a little bit quicker than car B, or are they both pretty much the same? Because you could even break that again and get faster.
I think we can break it.
All right, amazing. I love that confidence. Well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing Olympian racing, getting to race again. You never want to see that where you can't race. But the good news is Lucy put it out there. Tomorrow they'll get to come back and race again.
Yeah, and tomorrow's where it counts with all the reaction times. So it'll be nice to see that. Definitely.
Yes. All right, okay. And Sam's prediction as well, paying off at the moment with Quintolux. So well done to Sam. Some people have been doubting in my ear. They're saying, does Sam know what he's talking about? Yes, he does. No, I actually haven't heard anything, Sam. Oh, that's all right. It was just, so we're going to go trackside again, getting ready for race 4. After we've had this race between Olympian Racing and Quintolux, we'll be heading to Prismatic, a collaboration internally, that team there from Greece, an internal collaboration. So I didn't mention that yesterday, so I'm mentioning that today. It's a great achievement for them. And they're going to be taking on Team IQ from England, the all-girls team at Team IQ. Brilliant racers, brilliant guys. So we'll be going up then to race 4 any second now. Here we are. And there you have it then. For those 5 lights to go out. Well, I'm seeing a time of 1.046, so actually 1,000th of a second slower than Celestial, but they've already posted a time of 1.040, so very fast car indeed from Quintolux. And I think it also goes to show that Amy knows exactly what she's talking about when she goes along to inspect the cars or got the opportunity from Gary Anderson when he wasn't looking. So there we go. I'm going to go over to Olympian racing. Not what you wanted to see in terms of not being able to race in the previous one, but all in all, you must be feeling happy about that. You'll get to come back and race tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. It's always a risk when you haven't tested the deceleration system. It was a big risk of that happening, but hopefully it will get fixed by tomorrow, and we'll continue with the races.
Yeah, so what you guys, I'm seeing Theodora's smile still coming through, Iona as well, Eleni. So you guys, what happens now with the judging? Are you finished for the day, or is there more to come?
We have a pretty busy schedule today, so we completed the engineering and the scrutineering, and we still have the pit display and the project management for the day.
Okay, well, I know you're going to do a great job there, so great to chat to you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
There we go. There's Olympian Racing. Looking forward to seeing them race tomorrow. But the team that just went into the lead is Quintolux. Congratulations, guys. The rubbing of the hands, feeling, yep, we're feeling very happy with everything. Have you got any more judging to do today? Because I'm sure you'll have a spring in your step now.
No, we're finished for the day.
Oh.
That's all of our judging sessions done, so.
Oh, what a great way to end the day. Always a pleasure to chat to you. Enjoy seeing what you next put up on Instagram, on your social media. It's an absolute variety.
Big plans to meet some F1 drivers tomorrow.
Okay. Well, good luck, best luck, and lovely to chat to you. Take care.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Seriously, if you haven't already checked out all of the teams on their social medias, do that. They've got some brilliant stuff up there, and Quintolux are very funny indeed, so well worth a watch. So we're heading across to Greece. We're going to stay there. That's 3 Greek teams back to back now. This is the internal collaboration team, Prismatic, and they are going to be taking on Team IQ, an all-girls team from London. I'm very excited about this, but with the name Prism to reflect their Greek history, Prismatic are joining me right now. A collaboration internal team, welcome. First of all, team manager, where are you?
I'm at home.
Oh, hey, great to have you here, Georgios. Now, tell me a little bit about the collaboration, how you found that whole process.
It was peculiar, you know. It was definitely hard because we don't live close to one another, but it was also very fun. Overall, a very enriching and inspiring experience.
Oh, great. That's what the F1 in schools is all about, experiences for the rest of life. Georgios, your car is we're about to see it race. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited for this. How do you think you will do?
We will break the 1 second
hope for the
barrier.
best.
Hope for the best. My fingers will be crossed for you. But
yep.
Dimitris, in terms of that process to get here, tell me a little bit about your car. What makes it special?
I mean, everything.
Okay.
About the front rears, the back rears, the side pods, of course. Everything.
Everything. Everything is special. Good. I like that. There's not one area that's substandard. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll come back to you to chat after each race, hopefully. I want to talk to Team IQ. We have your mascot here, Team IQ. Welcome to the World Finals. First day of racing. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Great.
Sorry. Slightly nervous. Looking forward to seeing how our car does.
Okay. I was told by Amy, who's on a desk with me, that nerves are a good thing as long as you use them in the right way. So Emily, your mascot is here. Tell us about the mascot first of all.
So that's one of our 2 mascots. They're Apex and Turbo, and they're white tigers. And Lara made them little uniforms. As you can see, the little jackets. Yeah, so they're designed to represent, well, our team. They're our team colors, but also fierce, competitive nature. And we hope having them there will bring us some good luck on the track.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, although massive eyes, super soft as well. Great mascots. And school uniform. You don't want to get a detention for not wearing the right uniform or being sent home. So tell me about your car and how you think it will do on the track today.
We're not quite sure because we track tested a prototype, but this is the first time we've actually made a pro class car, having come from development. So the regulations, everything was totally new to us. And we've only been able to test one prototype, which got quite a good time, but it was slightly underweight. So we're just wondering how much the added weight will bring up the lap time. So we don't know. We'll have to see.
Edge of our seat stuff. Amy, for anyone who's unfamiliar with that, the development class to the professional class, break that down for us, please.
So the development class, from what I remember, is just a slightly simpler version. There's not as many regulations, and sometimes it's just not as hard. Sometimes the cars are a little bit quicker. But yeah, it would have been a really tricky job to come from development class to make sure that you've made all the regulations correct for the professional class. So hopefully they've all passed and you've done a good job.
Yeah. Fingers crossed on that, Lara, and the rest of the team. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go, do you know what? I'm going to go over to Sam quickly. Sam, tell me about what you see with your eyes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, looking at the cars, they do look very similar again. I feel like the biggest difference between the two is, although the entire body shape, the length of the car is pretty similar, it seems like Team IQ have gone for the nose cone really low down with the wing above the nose cone, compared to Prismatic with the high nose cone with the wing below it. So that was something that I was testing in things as well during my time in the competition. So you'd think in theory a higher nose would mean a bit more lift or a bit less downforce, whereas Team IQ's lower nose will mean more downforce. But is that more stability? But is that more friction? So it's lots of things have to balance out in theory. But yeah, other than that, I feel like the wings are similar shaped, whereas Team IQ have gone for a dihedral formation, so basically the wings, instead of being straight on, it's sort of swept backwards and like an arrow through the air, so that increases stability as well. So yeah, it's lots of things that the teams have been looking at, but fairly similar.
Okay, fairly similar, a balancing act there. Well, let's go trackside then to see the cars in action. Team IQ taking on Prismatic, and you will see the cars in the lane, Prismatic in lane 1 and IQ in lane 2. Best of luck to the teams. Quick there. I feel like we have something's happened there. Aaron picking up a piece there. But 0. Am I right in thinking 0.33?
Yeah, that's
Prismatic. Has that broken the speed?
Might have.
Might have. If everything's okay with the speed there and all the parts, as you can see, Aaron, I mean, he wasn't going to catch the piece. He's got reflexes like a cat, but there was no way he could get to that piece. Just watching the replay here. Lucy, we're watching a replay. What's happened up there?
Going on a bit of a wander to find out, but we're heading down to the bottom. It looks like it's happened after the car's crossed the finish line, but we've arrived at the bottom and the rear wing has came off.
Yeah, so not too big a drama. We should be able to fix it.
Easy fixable, according to Gary, so it's all good signs.
Okay, easy fixable. Lucy, so calm. I love it. It's easy fixable, guys. And I'm unsure if that was Team IQ. It might have been Team IQ that were in lane 2 there. But I'm waiting for that confirmation on the time. Team IQ, easy fixable, says Lucy. It calmed me down. Has it calmed you down a little bit?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the way we assembled our car made it, I guess, a clean snap off for the rear wing. So if it was indeed that, hopefully it will be an easy fix.
Okay, well, the good news is I'm being told by F1 in Schools, Tim, said it was Prismatic that is the breakage. So actually, we're all right. So panic station's over there. But I like the way that Lara dealt with it. Yeah, we'll deal with it. It's fine. It's okay. What did you see on track? Were you happy with the speed there?
I'm not entirely sure I was able to see the lap time.
Okay, well...
I mean, it was sub 1.1, which is what we were aiming for. So actually, pretty happy about that. Think we can go faster, so hopefully in the other lane.
Okay, well, hopefully your car has heard that, Emily, because we're going to go trackside now. So go faster, says Team IQ. Let's go trackside now to see what happens in the race. Oscar is pushing the button, and we are off in a matter of moments. Prismatic in lane 1, lane 2, IQ. Seemed like another fast time set. It felt, Amy, like a sub 1.1. We've got a DNF for Team IQ. We'll look for the latest on that. But that is a 1.014 from Prismatic, which is incredible. If that time stands, which it does, 1.014. Oh my word, we have a brand new leader. If that stands from Prismatic, that, well, there you go. I mean, Prismatic, have you, well, I'm just going to chat to Prismatic. Georgios, you said it was difficult. Demetrius said everything is good about the car. And I tell you what, wow, now top of the leaderboard. That's incredible, Demetrius. Demetrius is frozen out of sheer achievement and celebration. So who would like...
no, I was...
Demetrius is back now. Demetrius.
Can you listen?
I can listen. I will give you the floor. It's yours.
I was very ambitious for that, and I got right. Like, I knew it. How can I say it?
He knew it. That's a great achievement. You must be feeling very happy with that, going straight to the top of the leaderboard. While we wait to get race number 3 and 4 underway, the first race, I believe there was breakage on the car. So put that to one side. Getting the fastest time is incredible. Do you reckon you can go faster and maybe break the 1 second barrier?
We hope so. We believe so.
Okay, all right. I like that. That is Demetrius. He's the coolest guy I've met today. I believe so. All right, Demetrius. We're just going to go trackside to chat to Lucy now.
So there hasn't been a major issue, but unfortunately Team IQ's time didn't get recorded in the time gate, so they're to do a little rerun again.
Okay.
So we'll get a result for them now.
All right, thank you very much. I can relay that to Team IQ. So Team IQ, the gate, the time didn't get recorded, so you're going to be feeling a little bit lonely. You're on the track on your own for the time being, but this is good. This sets the time. So we'll go trackside. Fingers crossed for you. Well, if that time stands, it's another sub 1.07 there, so sub 1.1. They'll be very happy with that. That's what they plan to do. Watching a replay now. I've just had a thought in my head. I've decided I'm going to get my own mascot.
Yeah.
Not these ones, because that would be rude to take Team IQ. So I think we have to keep them here.
You should have one of your mascot.
Yeah, I'm going to think about what mascot I'll have, take it with me, because that was very lucky. Another sub 1.1. Happy with that, Emily?
Yeah, it's good. Feel like we could maybe hopefully do a bit better, but it's still a decent time, so pretty happy.
I like the attitude when you're like, yeah, I'm satisfied with that, but I know I can do more. That's a kind of healthy mindset to have, but sometimes you have to enjoy those moments that you've just experienced as well.
Yeah, some of these teams are really, really quick today.
Yeah.
They're much quicker than when I used to do it.
Okay, there you go. That's from Amy there. You're hearing those words, Emily. So enjoy that moment. They are now moving on to race 3, guys. And out of the 2 cars, which one do you feel is performing better for you so far?
I think our first car did slightly better, about 0.04 seconds faster. So hopefully that one will serve us well again.
Okay.
But Prismatic are doing phenomenally. Their car is really, really impressive.
Hey, if you're going to be beaten by anyone for the times,
Yeah,
be
exactly.
beaten by the people at the top of the table. All right, we'll catch up with you in a bit then, Team IQ, as we're getting ready to head trackside again. And probably finding out more from Lucy. Lucy? Well, hold on Lucy. Let's not race to Lucy. Lucy's not ready to be spoken to just yet. And what was interesting, chatting to Sam earlier on the touchscreen, was about the differences in the car and the variables that might give them a little bit of an edge when the cars are out there racing. But it is amazing to break that time. 1.04 was what we had, and now 1.013, was it?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And I love the confidence of Demetrius. He was like, I knew this would happen.
I think he knows he's made a good car.
Okay.
It's very hard to balance it all out, like Sam said.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's developed all of the car very well.
Okay, right.
Hats off.
Hats off to them so far. There's still a lot of races later on. We'll be stopping in a couple of races' time. We still have Team SquareQ from France taking on Apollo Racing. Then we will have 9 Degrees Racing. That is the collaboration of Germany and Ireland together. They'll be taking on Team Rocket from Portugal. Then we'll have a few more races. Our last race today in the Middle East and European teams category will be between Ace from Cyprus and Britannia Red of the United Kingdom. Then we'll take a short break, and then we will be coming back for our last section. So all of those teams waiting to race will be now the targets on the back of Prismatic, isn't it?
Waiting and watching. They've all been watching Celestial this morning, and now it's all these ones.
Okay, well, that is all on the way to come. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, there is a dedicated team, and I say dedicated, I mean dedicated. They're behind the scenes waiting for any questions, so if you'd like to email us, it's contact@f1inschools.com. If you'd like to get onto the social medias, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on TikTok, it's at F1inschools HQ. That's Hotel Quebec. I'm not very good with my H's. I'm still not. I'm practicing. So those are the ways to get involved with the show. Or if you want, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can leave a comment below, and one of the team will pick those up. Right, we are going to go trackside, getting ready for race number 3. Lucy's there at the side. Lucy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Tom, yeah.
Okay, good. And what's the latest?
So there's a bit of a delay at the moment. Unfortunately, in the first race, Prismatic's rear wing came off, as we found out. And also, it turned out one of the eyelets underneath the cars also came off. So we're currently getting that super glue back on, and then also the rear wing super glue back on. So hopefully, not too long, we can get back racing.
Okay, it's a super glue session. That's what's happening up there at the moment. I don't think they exist, but it's happening. You want to take as much time as you possibly can on a fix like that, because as you say, tomorrow when we come back Sunday, we're going to be having their reaction time added in. You want to make sure the car is in its best state.
Yeah, definitely tip-top shape. It was always really scary when you had to do repairs because you're nervous and you're worried.
And only 30 seconds. I remember watching the glue on. Now, I know this probably isn't the right time, viewers, everybody watching, but I've been meaning to ask you, Amy, what happened in one of your races, something to do with not pushing the button? I feel like now's the right time. What happened, Amy? Can you break it down for us?
So we had the same theory that lane 2 was the faster lane.
Yep.
And we had our faster car by a lot. We had our fastest car in the fastest lane, and the boy next to me false started. So I thought that, the race is cancelled. We don't need to do it now. And I just didn't press the button.
And that has haunted you for how long?
Well, for 5 years now.
Really? Okay.
I just didn't press the button in our fastest car, fastest lane.
And because there was a DNF at full started,
well,
you'd have just gone.
Yeah, if I would have gone, I could have gone within the 5 seconds that they think they set for you to press the button.
Okay.
But I didn't.
So
I thought,
send your love and support and good vibes for Amy to move on from this 5 years on. Sorry to bring it up, but I just wanted to put it in perspective of the things that happened in your F1 in Schools experience. Let's go trackside then to watch the next race. Team IQ in lane 1 and team lane 2 Prismatic. Best of luck to both teams. Very fast. I can hear some oohs from near trackside. 0.031. Very fast indeed. Again, that's from Team IQ. So I believe that pushes them to 3rd place with that. If we had a 0.30, no, we had a 0.40 by Quintolux. So that actually pushes them straight into 2nd place. Yeah. If that stands, Team IQ, that is what Emily meant. When you were saying earlier, no, we can do better. We can go better. That's a great result for you.
Yeah, oh my God, super happy with that. That's amazing. You can see Laura's face just light up when she saw the time.
And quite an incredible feat going from the developmental class up to the professional class. You were a bit concerned about the weight differences and what that would add to your car. It's made it go faster, Lara.
Yeah, no, it's still slower than our actual initial testing time, but I guess that was expected with the extra weight. But definitely, we thought it would impact it a bit more. So 1.03 is a great time.
Ah, indeed it is. There you go. And I was quite rightly corrected. I haven't seen the testing times, Lara, but yeah, if you know that it can go faster, you've still got another race to go to hopefully do even better. So we'll go trackside in just a moment for that. But great racing. Team IQ showing the caliber that they have to move up into second place. But Prismatic, as we see in lane 2, maybe hoping to go even faster and break that sub 1 second speed. There you go, saw the cars take off, the cracking speed. I'm seeing a cross there in lane 2 for Prismatic, DNF, I'm not sure why. We'll get more on that shortly, but 1.068 for Team IQ. Brilliant from them, 21.2 meters per second. So there we go. Great speed from those guys. Team IQ just showing their caliber, what they've been able to do. 4 races done. Now Team IQ. What happens next, Emily? How do you decompress after all that's just happened?
I think take a break, probably have a snack. I think Sophie was so nervous, she didn't want to massively have her lunch before racing, so I'm sure she'll go and have hers after.
Oh, Sophie, didn't want to have your lunch. What are you having for lunch now that you can relax and knowing that you're in second place for fastest car?
I'm actually not sure, but probably something quick to eat. Yeah, I think I'm just going to savor the fact that we did well.
Okay, something quick. I see the theme there, Sophie. Quickest car, almost. Now something quick to eat. Guys, Team IQ, brilliant to chat to you. And Emily, what does the rest of the day have? Have you got any more judging to come?
No, we had 2 judging sessions this morning and our media interview. Yeah, it was really great to actually get to talk through all of our work. So it was actually really fun.
Ah, brilliant. I like that. The F word, fun. All right, well, listen, you're a great, fun team. Great to talk to you. Speak to you later on. Take care, Team IQ. There you go. Prismatic, fastest time. A few incidents. You're about to race again. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll race, and then I'll chat to you afterwards. So this is the 4th race for Prismatic, getting a chance to re-race that one. Once Oscar pushes that button, there's no going back, guys. Seemed very fast, that. 1.053. That's the time I'm beginning to see, maybe. Yep, 1.053. Very fast, but hey, the best time has already been set of a 1.013. Guys, team manager Georgios, 4 races done now. How are you feeling?
I was a bit anxious so far. It's great that that the times were low. A bit disconcerting that the wing came off. But yeah.
But yeah, I think, yeah, you have to look at it relatively, take it all in, have that time to reconsider all the things. Are you going to have any more judging now today?
Yes, in like half an hour or so.
Okay, well, I tell you what, you go and prepare for that. It's great to chat to your team, Prismatic, the internal collaboration team from Greece. Thank you very much for your time and best of luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you. 30 minutes, Amy.
Quick turnaround.
They seemed very calm. If 30 minutes, that'd be mad. And Some of you are probably wondering, what is Sophie having for lunch? That is a very good question. We will find out if we can and get back to you on that. Sam, over by the touchscreen, we had Prismatic, Team IQ, little few issues with the wings and everything that was changing. We're going to move on to Team SquareQ and Apollo Racing. Is there anything else you wanted to highlight today? Anything that you've noticed so far?
Yeah, it was interesting. Was it the previous team? Yeah, Olympian Racing, when they were talking about the fact that they designed the wing to be like to fall off, but like so that it was easy to be repaired, which is a good idea. Obviously, unfortunately, it didn't work, but I feel like the issue is the front wing was raised so high that it was in line with the bristles yet again. However, obviously designing something so that if it is going to be a weak point, it's a weak point that you're able to fix quite quickly is a good idea for, I mean, maybe teams to consider in the future if they're going to go and do it again. I was more convinced that the rear wing would be the issue, to be honest, because obviously the shape coming up like this and then along the top like an F1 car, you're never going to be able to get the layers that I was talking about earlier right in terms of printing, getting, like if you print it upright, if you print it on its side, there's always going to be a weak point in that area, and it was so far out where the bristles are at the strongest, I thought that would be the weak point, but apparently not. Apparently it was the front wing.
A bit of a surprise there. A little bit of a twist for Sam. Great to chat to you, Sam. You can see now the leaderboard on your screen. It's far too far away from me with these eyes to see that, but we do have a new leader in Prismatic, so congratulations to them. And moving into second place is Team IQ, so well done to them. We now move on to our French team, our only French team in the competition, to Team SquareQ. Great to see you again.
Hi.
Bonjour, ça va?
Très bien, ça va.
Ça va, there we go. And that is the end of my French conversation. It's lovely to see you, gentlemen. And what have you made of the racing so far today?
Yeah, we expect the best for our car. We know that we are a little bit outsiders because we are fresh new on the event. But yes, we are exciting.
Okay, you're kind of like Zenith in the United Arab Emirates. Their first year in, they're going to learn a lot from it, which I'm sure you are. But with your testing, how do you feel about your car going onto the track?
So we couldn't do as much as we can in terms of test because F1 school's French structure is still in construction, so we couldn't use the track. But we did test on CAD, and we expect the best once again, and we hope that French will be bright on the event.
Okay, well listen, it's great to chat to you. As I've said earlier, the proof is in the pudding, so we're going to go track side now and see how your car does, and then afterwards we will chat to Apollo Racing from Ireland. So let's go track side now. In lane 1 you'll see Team SquareQ, and then in lane 2 Apollo Racing. Best of luck to both teams. Okay, very fast stuff there. Apollo Racing, I'm seeing a DNF there. Wheel came off, it looked like to me. See it just trailing behind it. That's a shame for Apollo Racing. But decent time set by Team SquareQ, 1.084. So sub 1.1, which is very good. Guys, how do you feel with that?
Yeah, we are very happy, to be honest. Yes, unexpected. Yes, we are very happy.
Unexpected and a wow. Okay, good. And that's just the first car. We've still got another one to race in race 2. I want to come and talk to Apollo Racing. Guys, great to have you with us. Andrew, that is not what you want to see there, a DNF. I'll get a bit more detail. Finn will probably be feeling it there from the engineering side of things. Andrew, first of all, welcome to the World Finals and the first day of racing. How are you guys feeling?
Bit nervous, to be honest. Definitely.
Okay. Nerves aplenty. All right, Harris, in terms of your experience in this competition, how are you feeling after race 1?
I think we could all say we didn't expect the wheel to fall off. A bit of a shock, but I mean, it is what it is. We're just gonna. I guess I'm just kind of hoping we do on the second race with the second car, but just kind of stay hopeful, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Finn, am I right in thinking with the engineering side of things, do you want to talk us through the car? Who can give us a better detail about it?
Yes, Andrew and I could both give that. For the car, yeah, wheel, that's a shame. We kind of experienced that once before. We kind of fixed it by making the printing and continuously repeating the printing so that we could have like it perfectly fitting. But obviously that's more of a problem with the wheel than the axle. So that happens. I think the main thing we were focusing on was the durability of our car rather than most of it. Well, we were focusing on durability and aerodynamics because in our nationals final, one of our pieces, our front wing, broke continuously. So we were kind of focusing on aerodynamics and the durability. So at least nothing properly broke.
No, everything is fixable. So Gary and the team will be doing all that they can. But car B will be racing next. We'll probably head up to trackside to get ready for that race and get the latest probably on their wheel breakage. But good to chat to Apollo Racing. And here we are, Team SquareQ in lane 1, Apollo Racing in lane 2. Hopefully they get a finish here, Apollo Racing, and can set a time for the leaderboard. I'm seeing more problems in lane 2, but I'll get the latest on that. So it is lane 1, Team SquareQ, again a 1.086. As we watch the replay here, Amy, thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a massive shame when wheels come off. They're always a bit trickier to fix. But hopefully they can. They've got the mascot here. Good luck.
Oh,
Apollo have a mascot on the table.
The Apollo has joined us on the table. I'm seeing there on the replay, I think something else was happening in lane 2. Lucy's are boots on the ground, her eyes at pit lane to find out what happened there. But if it does stand that time for Apollo Racing, a 1.144. Lucy, will it stand? What's the latest?
It's looking like it's going to stand. We're just double checking it now, but we believe the wheels came off the car once it arrived in the deceleration system. So far, we're just going to have a double check now, but it's looking good.
Okay.
At the time will count.
Looking good. Lucy has said it's looking good, Apollo Racing. And when Lucy says it looks good, that means it looks good. Andrew, your thoughts? At least you've set a time, hopefully, and then build on it from here.
Sure. You know, it is what it is. You know, I think we could have worked a bit more on assembly. That was a aspect we definitely could have considered a lot more than, I'd say, design and aerodynamics. But sure, it happens. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Andrew, in terms of the rest of the day, have you had any other judging that you've had to do so far today?
Yeah, we went through our pit display, went through our enterprise portfolio, and we're very happy with how that went. So, no complaints.
All right, well, I hope something happens trackside that gives your team a bit of a lift. I can see in your body language, you're like, yeah, okay, it is what it is, but just something to lift you would be amazing. We've got a mascot in front of us. Do you want to tell us about Apollo and your mascot here?
Ava is more involved with the mascot side of things.
Ava, welcome to the floor.
Thank you. So we chose Apollo because he is the Greek god of archery, and also the ancient Greeks had a lot to do with STEM. So a lot of the STEM terminology comes from the ancient Greeks, and that was very important for our team identity, seeing as this is a STEM competition. So we felt that having a mascot like that was very, very important for our team.
Yeah, and it looks great here on the desk as well. Not as big as some of the other mascots, but it's got attention to detail there if you're looking close. So thank you very much for sending that down here, and hopefully Apollo can help you in the next races. Sam, did you see anything there that was surprising or made you have a double take?
Yeah, well, It was interesting to hear Apollo talking about the fact they were trying to build up the reliability of the front wing, because when I was looking at the front wing, I thought it looked really interesting in terms of, again, they were using a separate section for meeting the regulations and then a different bit for the actual aerodynamics. So you can see at the side of the car, it's got like, it's flat on the edges, and then the front wing element is sort of extending out of it, which is used to direct the air around the front wheel, whereas the actual wing bit that they've defined in the orthographic drawings, for example, is sitting at the front, really low to the ground, low profile, so therefore low drag coefficient, low drag force, just so it's almost as if the wing's non-existent. There's a part there acting to protect the wheels, but the wing's almost not there, and it's nice and low down so it doesn't break. It's unfortunate that the wheel came off, as Amy was saying. It's quite concerning, because if you're gluing a wheel on, for example, glue gets in the bearings and stuff, and you're in trouble. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But the phrase that keeps being said, it is what it is. That's the phrase of the day, which I'm going to be using a bit more often. But heading up trackside as soon as we can. After this race is done between Team SquareQ from France and Apollo Racing, we'll be moving on to 9 Degrees Racing, the collaboration team from Germany and Ireland. They'll be taking on Team Rocket from Portugal. Team Rocket had a brilliant video to introduce all of the team. Very funny indeed. Do you remember what sort of promos you had for your team and videos you sent in?
We were through into the Austin, Texas World Finals, so we had cowboy hats that had the Welsh flag on them, and that was a lot of our promo videos as saying "Yeehaw." Yeah,
and one thing I'm seeing from the teams, it gets later in the day for them. They've had judging happen, or they might have half an hour before judging. How do you keep energized? How do you keep sort of present in the moment and trying to be at your best in a competition?
It's really hard, especially when things don't really go to plan. So when you have racing first in the day, sometimes it can set you to think, oh, it's not going to go well. But it is really important to kind of move past that. Get some caffeine down you,
yeah,
and then just carry on with the rest of the day. Yeah.
But I tell you what, I'm loving the set. We want to show you all of the set. I'm actually just going to, you can see the Pirelli tyres. I'm just going to move behind you, Amy, and I'm just going to give you the full details. This is the FW4101 Williams car. I just wanted to get the full name. And as you can see, massive staging that we have. All of the trophies are over closer towards Sam. He's been told he can't touch the trophies for fingerprints that will be left. But it is amazing to be here. And when you're in a set like this, it makes you feel like, you know, it's even bigger. It's the prize. This is the world finals when we've got an amazing set like this.
Yeah, especially seeing all the trophies laid out every single morning. It's nice to see that somebody's going to be walking away with a miniature Pirelli tyre.
Yeah. Is that the one, out of all the trophies, I'll ask you in a second, Sam, as well, out of all the trophies, would mean the most to you, or is there a particular one you want the fastest car? What do you want?
I'm a big Ferrari fan, so I would love to have the piece of the Ferrari body, definitely.
Okay, the Ferrari
That's
body.
team identity, I think.
And Sam, what about yourself?
Probably the brake cooling duct at the front and the middle there. I just think that's, like, an actual part of an F1 car. I personally feel way more interesting than a trophy. It's like something you can, like, nobody else can say that they've got a part of an F1 car, can they?
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, in a second, I'm going to go and grab one of the trophies, bring back one. I feel like I've won it. And the fact that now getting sent the trophy, Aramco sponsoring, that you'll get to keep as a team, which is pretty incredible. So you normally get it for a loan for a year and then has to be sent back, but that's incredible as well. And is there a particular trophy that you won that you didn't get to keep at all, Amy?
I wasn't allowed to keep any of my trophies. So we actually ended up winning 4 of the World Final trophies. So I've got a miniature Pirelli tyre, but it's still in my school, and I'm not allowed to have it.
So if you want to go back and look at your trophy,
I have to go back to sign in as a visitor.
It's my trophy. As you can see, we've got the Aramco sponsored trophy just in front of us that will be given later on. So a pretty exciting day still on the way. A lot of teams eager, itching to get onto the racetrack and see what all of their hard work in terms of the design, the testing, the manufacturing, the journey that they have been on, this is definitely part of it to now show off what they've learned. We'll be ending today roughly about 20 to 3 UK time, where we will have the last race of the day, Ace from Cyprus taking on Britannia Red from the United Kingdom. National champions 2019, good pedigree as a team. So there you go. That's just a little bit of an insight to what's happening for the rest of the day. Right, I believe we can go trackside now to get ready to see Apollo Racing taking on Team SquareQ. Best of luck to both teams. This is race number 3. Very quick stuff there, and I do not believe it, for the second time today, exactly the same times there, 1.086. It's happened twice. And Apollo Racing, yeah, we said we wanted to give you something to cheer about, and they've got exactly that. We're watching the replay on the screen at the moment, and it did look fast, but the fact that they've both crossed the line exactly at the same time, I said it would be very odd if that happens once today, but it's happened twice now. I'm going to be keeping a tabs of that. I'm just scrolling that down, 2 for the day. Very consistent there from the 2 cars, but seeing Apollo Racing cheer like that, Amy, it just shows what it means to have a little bit of something to cheer about.
Yeah, exactly. It's really nice, especially because it was sub 1.1, no, higher than 1.1 before, now you're under it, so it's lovely.
Yeah.
Right in the mix now.
Team SquareQ, you were very happy the first race. What about now with the race time?
Honestly, I think we are still very happy because the car B was a bit less performance than the car A, and we can see that she's going well. So we're very proud to represent France in the event, and yes, very proud to put France under the spotlight today.
Yeah, definitely in the spotlight, the only French team as well. So congratulations on making it here. Apollo Racing, you seem happier to have got that sub 1.1 time. So they'll be very happy with that. As we get ready for race 4 today, we can go there right now. I'm being told we can go there right now. Trackside, Oscar, final moments, the thumbs up, the all important. Pushing the button there on the start gate. Wow, good times there. Lane 1 winning, Apollo Racing, getting the faster time of the 2 cars. And it was 1,000th of a second out, 1.088 for Apollo Racing. Team SquareQ, 1.089, 1,000th of a second quicker. Absolutely nothing in it, basically. That's what I'm taking from that. Nothing in it. Congratulations, Team SquareQ. Will this give you more momentum now going into the judging sections of the competition?
Yes, of course. We will come to speak about this race, and we're happy. The judging of this morning was very interesting too.
Okay, well, listen, merci beaucoup. We'll see you later on. Au revoir. There you go, Team SquareQ. Great to have them on board with the competition. And just showing how close it was, a bit more of a smile on your face now, Finn.
Yeah, definitely.
and so close. And to have 2 cars going at exactly the same time crossing the line, that doesn't happen often.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm glad that there's a few more smiles on your faces now. We'll have to move Apollo mascot off the desk, but it will be looked after, Ava. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, great to chat to you. Speak to you later on, Apollo Racing.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
There you go. Now, we'll be moving on to talk to our collaboration team, 9 Degrees Racing. 3 more races to go, or should I say 3 more verses in the teams will be coming up. And as you can still see at the top of the leaderboard on the screen, Prismatic still top. It was a 1.014, epic time. Will it be beaten? Sam, before we meet the teams, 9 Degrees Racing and Rocket, what do you see in their designs?
Yeah, well, yet again, it's the 9 Degrees are doing a similar sort of thing to previously that I mentioned, where they have a separate part for the aerodynamics around the front wheels and then a part to meet the regulations up top, whereas Rocket have gone way more simple, just one part to meet the regulations and a small part. So in theory, much lighter, in theory more aerodynamic, so it depends what you think. Body-wise, really simple shapes around to guide the air around the rear wheels compared to a fairly complex shape to, in theory, maybe have a lower frontal surface area, lower drag coefficient from that. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. Thank you very much, Sam, over the touchscreen, giving the lowdown on the design. Are you ready to meet the team, Amy?
Yeah, excited.
Okay, here we go then. Let's meet 9 Degrees Racing, the Germany and Ireland collaboration. There they are. Welcome to the World Finals for their first day of racing. Who's the team manager? I forget which one of you is the team manager. Paula, welcome to the World Finals. Tell me how your team is feeling right now.
Excited, nervous, yeah, probably like that.
Okay.
I don't know. So Ben is our engineer, so he's probably the most nervous, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ben, how nervous are you feeling? Paula says that you are feeling nervous. Are you feeling nervous?
Oh, not too nervous. Just hopefully the car makes it down the track and has a nice time.
Has a nice time. Finally, someone said it. Yes, we want the cars to have a nice time as well, Ben. Talk me through the process of getting the car ready to compete at the Worlds.
So first of all, it comes down to the design itself, which I know with our cars, since we're a collaboration team, we took our original Irish car from our nationals and the German national car, and we sort of tried to fuse the two designs together while making some overall general improvements.
Okay, and how easy is that in the negotiation period? Talk me through that, Ben. Is there lots of discussions that go on?
Well, we had quite a lot of discussions, but I suppose the best way to decide is just put them to the test. So we made a nice few designs that included multiple different iterations of each individual car. And once we tested them, it was the fastest car wins.
Fastest car wins. And that is what this competition is all about for the racing section. Fastest car wins. All right, well, we will chat to you in a bit after the first race. I want to now talk to your opponents for this race, and that is Team Rocket. Tudo bem?
Hello.
Welcome to the World Finals. Are you feeling confident about your car?
Yes, very confident.
Okay, now you might not be able to see, but Amy has got the team Rocket here with us with the Portuguese flag. You know, you have to hold it. You have to hold it like the team.
The whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. Look at that. There you go. So tell me about your car design, Team Rocket.
It's great.
It's great. Okay, well, hold that thought. You don't need to explain anymore. Amy, the car is great. So let's go trackside now to watch 9 Degrees Racing, the collaboration Germany and Ireland team, taking on Rocket from Portugal. There you go, 1.073 for 9 Degrees Racing. Rocket just over the 1.1 measurement. We're seeing the replay there. Neck and neck, and then 9 Degrees just sort of just after the middle sector. That's what I was seeing there. I mean, did you see anything different?
Yeah, no, exactly that. It's when the canister starts to run out and then the teams, that's when the engineering really comes into it, how to make the car keep going fast.
Yeah, at 9 Degrees Racing, Ben said it very confidently, I'm holding the Team Rocket now, that it was all about that. Rocket, can your car go faster?
Yes. Yeah, it could be better, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Now, I saw from your video there was a lot of scribbling on pieces of paper, scrunching up, throwing it away. That's what happened. Was it easy to get the car design to this Worlds?
No. Since you are the rookies, and we only got 6 months, and during the pandemic, we have long down half of the time. So it was hard, but
we only have two months to make the car because we are in lockdown, and the lockdown only ended in what? April. So we don't have too much time.
Yeah.
Well, you've done. You've done an incredible job to get here in 2 months, so well done for that. I'm just being told we need to go to the track because there was a breakage. Lucy.
Yeah, so unfortunately, 9 Degrees' front wing has came off. So again, we're going to have to do a quick fix before the next round of racing. But luckily, car B's good and ready to go, so we'll race that now and fix car A in due course.
Okay, in due course. I love the way she just said, just immediately, we're going to fix it in due course. Now I'm relaxed again. At the moment, I was tense, I was panicked, but then in due course, it's happening.
Don't worry, it's happening.
Don't worry. Okay, let's race, and then we'll chat to 9 Degrees Racing in a second. So 9 Degrees Racing are in lane 1, and lane 2, we have the Portuguese team Rocket. Blimey, 9 Degrees Racing, a 1.032. Incredible scenes. That takes them past earlier on leaders, Celestial with 1.045, so an incredible time there. And Rocket have improved. They've gone sub 1.1 there, which is fantastic to see. 9 Degrees Racing, are you there? Ben, it comes down to the fastest car wins. Very fast time there with a 1.032.
Yeah, seems the time was fast. I seen a breakage there, so hopefully it won't be too much of a problem to fix.
Yeah.
But if we can get it back on the track, we should be all right.
Yeah, I've just been told, Ben, that the front wing came off in both of the cars in both races, so that is fixable. But it will affect the time. But that is a great benchmark there, 1.032 for you.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the time.
Okay. And out of your car, in terms of a feature that you're really proud of, in terms of the wheels, the axle, rear wing, front wing, which is it that stands out for you?
Well, I really like the sort of front wing design that has the aerofoil above the car itself. I like the sort of thin body that we went with.
Okay, Sam is over by the touchscreen. He was liking the different designs and what they can offer. In terms of your competition from Team Rocket in Portugal, they had 2 months to make their car. How long did you have to put it all together to get to the Worlds?
Like, do you want to take that one? Manufacturing.
Yeah, okay. So we start in November, I think, and then everything goes well. And the first version was ready in December, and then everything goes well, and there aren't any problems with manufacturing. And then, yeah, now they are in England, and we are happy.
Good, good. Yeah, you've done your work. All is secured and ready for this. Well, congratulations so far. 2 more races to go. I wish you the best of luck. So yeah, you can see, Amy, just a little bit more time to manufacture the car, put it through. But Team Rocket doing a great job. They must have worked really hard in those 2 months to get it all together.
Yeah, it would have been really hard to get the development of something like 6 months just through to 2 months. Would have been really, really tense, but they've obviously done a really good job.
This is the moment where 9 Degrees Racing, if they're watching, can see.
Close your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, this is the moment. Look at Paula's face. She's not happy about that. But yeah, it's a good amount of super glue. Look, honestly, I can assure you, if there's one man to do this job, it's Gary Anderson with his experience. Although I say that, but anyone with super glue holding it gently like that, you're just waiting. So we will get these cars out racing again as soon as they are ready. And yep. So there you go. That is the all-important Gary Anderson. Little blow there just to get that super glue to dry up. We've not watched this yet in the F1 in Schools World Finals. They're a really good bit of
like that camera work.
Yeah, the camera work was beautiful. Listen, if you are watching and you want to get involved, send us a message potentially. Social media, we're all on that. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, F1 in Schools HQ for that. Also, if you want to send a question to us, if you're watching on YouTube, you can leave us a comment. We've got a dedicated team to answer those. And you can also email us. If you like emailing, you could send us a letter, but it won't arrive probably in time. So email is probably the best. Contact us at f1inschools.com. Okay, just hearing some updates about the real-life F1 in my ear at the moment, which is very good to hear, but I don't want to give anything away because it would ruin watching it later on. Guys, you're still with us at 9 Degrees Racing. How nerve-wracking is that watching your car being fixed? Ben, would you have done it that way?
Well, I would. I have full trust that he can fix it.
But yeah, there is a heart in your mouth sort of moment there watching. While we have got these guys, Rocket is still in Portugal waiting. And this is a kind of nerve-wracking moment to get the fixing going on, isn't it? Rocket, you're feeling confident about racing again in a second?
Yeah. We think we can improve over time.
Okay. Good, and maybe make it under the 1.08 time. I head over to you, Sam. You know, because I want to get you involved in this time where we're waiting for a fix to happen.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, I feel like it's a similar thing with the front wing as it has been in the past, where the front wing's at the level of the brushes again. I assume since it was the same place in both, it seems like it's a similar 3D printing problem, the layers where they're not meeting, but in theory, you'd assume that the super glue, if it's given long enough to dry, will be stronger than the layers themselves. But if that layer problem exists, then it's going to happen again and again in different layers each time. And so, I mean, fingers crossed, obviously, but if it's happened twice, you could see it happening again. But it's across the line, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It's done, it counts, but we've got to fix it for the next one. And in terms of when your team Unity were racing, Unity Racing, who would be in charge of fixing? Who was that left to?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Oh, it was dreadful. There was cars that we had where the bearings were sort of, we didn't want to glue them in. We paid hundreds of pounds for bearings, so we sort of pushed them in and then pushed the wheels on, and they stayed on down the track, but then came off, and it was 30 seconds, shaky hands, 5mm bearings, trying to fit it back on. It's torture.
But I was looking at the technique of Gary Anderson. If there's one person you would want to leave that with.
Cool-headed.
Cool-headed, cool, calm, and collected. I'm still holding the mascot throughout the whole way through, Rocket. I'm just holding this. I don't know how, it doesn't, you can't put it down, can you? No. There's a design, and I'll hold it, it's fine. Okay, so just to let you know, we're just waiting for the fixtures to happen, fixing of 9 Degrees Racing, their car. That's the collaboration team from Germany and Ireland. Then we will have BRT OLIBAEZA from Spain taking on Genesis of Scotland. And then we will round out things from the Middle East and the European teams with Ace from Cyprus taking on Britannia Red in the United Kingdom. And some amazing stuff. It's not easy doing a collaboration, but 9 Degrees Racing seem to have done very well with it, taking the best components of each team and putting it all together.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of different approaches to collaboration teams. Sometimes they split and half will do the engineer and half will do the enterprise, but obviously that's not really the point of it. We're meant to try and make everyone work together and make sure that everyone kind of gets a say in the car and then in the marketing section. So they've done a really, really good job. A lot of the teams that have been collaborations have.
Yeah, done a remarkable job, and it's not easy, but especially with Team Rocket, 2 months to put everything together. I believe there is an update now due to this delay in getting to racing, and there's only one person in the whole of F1 in schools World Finals who can delve that information to the rest of the world. Lucy, what's going on?
Well, we're a bit and ahhing about what's going to happen. So at the moment, the super glue, it's taking a while to dry. Obviously, it's meant to be 2 minutes to fix it, but it's not looking likely. Gary, what we're going to say?
Well, with the materials that used for the rapid prototype parts, we just can't get the super glues that we have to work with it. So I'm trying my hardest, but it just doesn't want to stay there. It needs more time. We'll try as hard as we can, but we've got to get on with the racing. So I'm afraid for this event, they can't run these two cars.
So yeah, just to confirm that both cars will not be racing.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Lucy. Bringing some unfortunate news there to 9 Degrees Racing. That super glue is just not drying in time. So that means Rocket is on the track, ready to race in lane 1. Best of luck to the Portuguese team, setting a fast time. There you go, Oscar, the race director, setting things up. Seems to be a slight technical issue there. I don't want the whole weight of the world on Oscar's shoulders at the moment.
Race director's a fool.
Do you know what? If you take on the title of race director, this will happen. All right, so while we wait for that to sort itself out, it's in safe hands with Oscar, race director. In the meantime, though, we will discuss a few more things about what is coming up. Don't forget, I've told you the social media that is the way to get involved with the show. But upcoming, we will have Genesis taking on OLIBAEZA, a Spanish team, the only Spanish team competing this year in the World Finals. And they're a cheerful and dependable bunch who also describe themselves as charming and confident. So that would help them out in the verbal presentation, I'm sure. They were taking on Genesis, a Scottish team from Linlithgow in Scotland, easy for me to say. And it's Scotland's female-led national champions are racing for their country at the World Finals with their team name Genesis, representing their growth and development on their journey. And they've got a selection of Scottish words that you need to learn. Belter being my favourite one so far. Actually, can we have a look at those cars, possibly, Sam? Just to give us something to be able to fill that time while we wait for Rocket to get to the racetrack.
Yeah, okay. I'd say something to notice between them is on T25's car, the rear wing has a really thin slot between, which most teams have been avoiding. So the general consensus is a big gap in between, whereas they've gone for a really thin sort of 2 layers like you'd see in an F1 car, like the small gap in between. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Again, completely different mindset in terms of weight saving, where the weight's being saved. So it looks like as much materials removed from Genesis's car compared to, in theory, weight in the right place for aerodynamic reasons. So.
But it is racing green. It's British racing green.
British racing green.
It's going to be fast. Thank you very much, Sam. That's just to give us a little insight of the next race that's coming up. But we still haven't finished this current one. So let's go trackside now to see Team Rocket set the fastest time that they can. Best of luck. There you go, great time there from Rocket, just setting a very dependable time, a 1.146, which is great for them, and a split time of 0.419 for Team Rocket. Now setting up again in lane 1 to race again with car B. It's always a tense moment, any competition, when things aren't going as planned. Makes everyone very tense. You sort of generally feel that. So much pressure that people put on themselves, especially in a competition setting. But we want them to do as well as they possibly can. So adjudication and a brilliant team behind the scenes making sure everything is fair. So here we go then, Rocket with their 4th race. There you go, solid. I didn't see any signals being given by the team, Amy, and that looks like a 1.082. Is that 1.0? Oh, 1.092, so sub 1.1 again. 9 degrees are with me now. Hey, these things happen. The super glue needs extra time to dry, but then you'll be good to race tomorrow. Ben, teams have said today, it is what it is. Are you going to use the same phrase?
Well, I suppose it is what it is. Exactly. You said it there. I mean, what can you do? It's unfortunate, but we'll have to live with it.
Yeah, live with it, you will. And I know that you'll bounce back from this tomorrow. So listen, enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much. And well done on a fantastic time earlier on. So well done, guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks.
There you go, 9 degrees leaving the stage. We'll be catching up with them later on. And Team Rocket, I've been holding the rocket the whole time. I can now put it down. Congratulations, well done on racing.
Thanks.
All right, listen, obrigado. Take care. We'll catch up with them very shortly. I'm going to give you that back now, the rocket. The rocket is going back in the box, ready for bringing out later on. So Sam's already had a look at the next cars that are going to be racing on the track. BRT, OLIBAEZA, the Spanish team, versus Genesis from Scotland. And as you can see, the leaderboard just up on the screen there. So Team IQ still in second place. 9 Degrees Racing move into third. So disappointing they didn't get to do race 3 or 4. But hey, third in the leaderboard. I'm sure that would be a great compensation for them. And Prismatic still in first place. So first of all, we'll speak to our Spanish team. Excited to do that. And then we'll get racing. Which, there they are, the Spanish team. Here you go. How are you doing, gentlemen? Are you well?
Yes, all great.
Okay, okay, I can see you're charming already. That's what it says, charming and confident. How confident do you feel about your car going onto the track to race?
We feel confident about the performance of our car today. Well, we are quite nervous nowadays.
It's the first time that we will see the car taking part in the competition. And we didn't practice anything because we started on April and we didn't have time to practice.
But we are quite confident.
Ah, good. No time to practice. Leave it for the actual event. I like that. Listen, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the first race. I do want to chat to Genesis quickly. There they are with their pit display. Hoodies are on, so they're not going to get cold in Scotland in any way, shape or form. That is good to see. Genesis, how are you doing today?
Hi. We're good.
And have you managed to catch much of the racing today?
Yeah, we've been following along.
Okay.
It's been exciting.
And where do you see yourself finishing? In the top 10? First position?
I think top 10 is good.
Okay, top 10. I like it. All right, then. Well, let us head over to the track to see how your cars do with the first race. Things are just being set up. Out of the two cars, Amy, which one do you reckon is going to edge it? Or maybe we'll have another draw, another tie.
I really like the look of Genesis, but I haven't been very good at calling them today. So I'd say...
Is going to make much of an effect for the OLIBAEZA?
It always makes an effect.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course
a little bit quicker.
Look at that, just being set up there. So you have the Spanish team in lane 1. In lane 2, we have Genesis. Just looking at that rear wing, it's going to be fascinating to see how that affects things as they go down the track. Well, best of luck to both teams. Well, very quick from Genesis there. 1.098. And OLIBAEZA didn't get any time to practice. 1.268. I'm sure he can go faster. Great start on Genesis, and seemed to sort of get quicker as it went along.
It's when they enter the cruise stage after the launch stage. That's when the engineering really starts to come into play. How well they can keep up that momentum. So it's interesting for teams to focus on that, I think.
Genesis, you were watching that sub 1.1. Can the car go faster?
Yeah, we've seen it a little bit faster in the past, so hopefully the next race we'll be able to fill his.
Okay, and can you tell me about the design of the car? What is the feature that you're most proud of, that you're most sort of put the time in?
So we've taken our car from a process called biomimicry, which is like taking inspiration from a bird called kingfisher. We found that gave us an edge in designing parts.
Yeah, a very small bird, but yet incredibly powerful with the wings moving. Okay, and which part of the car did you sort of mainly focus on? Is that in the middle of the car for the Kingfisher?
Oh, it's just throughout the whole thing. We've tried to keep the shape going.
The whole thing. There you go. Thank you very much, Genesis. Let's go and see your car race for race 2 then. We're ready on track. Of course, it's the whole thing. Now I look at it again.
I can see it now.
Yeah, of course it's the whole thing. Oscar, race director, pushing the button. Wow, very quick there. And I don't think OLIBAEZA, the car made it. I don't know, did anyone, just stopped. Mid-track there. So that would be a DNF, as we can see there. Just over the halfway mark. That's, I wonder why that has happened. That's fascinating. But a 1.068, so even faster for Genesis. So, OLIBAEZA, what happened there? The car just stopped.
Amazing! I didn't know. I don't know what happened with the second car, but we are so happy for the first car. It's a result that we don't expect.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't know what happened, but the 1.2 has amazed us.
Yeah, well, it's baffling. It was a freak moment there. It just stopped. I'm assuming it didn't run out of fuel. We're watching a replay now.
We don't know what passed.
It sort of
was totally unexpected.
It decelerated too quickly. That's the problem. Halfway down the track. Have you ever seen?
It might be a bit heavy.
Yeah.
That's what I could think, is that it might just be a bit heavy. So so when the canister was punctured, it might have taken all that energy to get the car going, and then obviously when the canister runs out, it's got nothing to really. Yeah. Wow. That's what I could think, but I'm not sure.
It will be fascinating to see race 4 then, to see car B race again. I'm going to leave you for a second, OLIBAEZA, and go across to Sam on the touchscreen. Sam, what on earth did we just witness?
I agree. It's probably to do with either weight or potentially bearings, wheels not rotating, because theoretically, if the wheels were solid on the car, it would be all right. It would just be surface friction, whereas if they're rotating and then slow down, that's sort of like applying the brakes, isn't it? So
yeah,
potentially that as well. I don't know. No, interesting.
Hey, we've all been there before. We've parked too quickly. You know, we've just put the brakes on too soon. Lucy, what did you see? What's the latest? Calm everybody down, please.
So we've had a chat up here, and what we've discovered is that the tether line guide goes through the front wing. So obviously the fishing line gets caught, which obviously creates more friction. So obviously it's decelerated because of that. So it's not because of the weight or anything like that. It's just because the tether line guide is in the front wing.
Ah, okay. All right. So do you understand that more than I do?
How to fix that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was something that we'd experimented with as well. So like lots of people started using new materials, for example, for that, instead of like just a hook that you'd have on a fishing line, for example. But I guess that means if the car's potentially going off to the side, it's sort of dragging across it against the tether line. So yeah, don't know what the solution is.
It was a lot during our time when you'd have to research into what fishing lines were best, which hooks were best.
All right, well, OLIBAEZA, we found out it's to do with that line and getting caught, so all we can do is keep our fingers crossed that doesn't happen in the next 2 races. So best of luck. We'll catch up with you very soon. There you go, OLIBAEZA, BRT OLIBAEZA in Spain. Very cheerful, less cheerful now, but Genesis are looking very happy. You said it was going to go faster, the car. It did just that. Can it go even? Can the Kingfisher go even faster?
I hope so, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, and do you have another Scottish word for me today? So far I learnt belter. Anything else for me?
One of the ones on our Instagram, be it loudly, do your best, try your hardest. That kind of applies to today.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And can you, while we're here and we can see your pit display, can you take us around your pit display, please?
Oh, well, the most interesting thing about our pit display, if you see we've got a little hole there, that's showing our hempcrete supports. So it's a new material made out of dried cannabis, entirely carbon negative, powered by sustainability. So that's pretty cool. And everything else is powered by solar panels. So we're completely sustainable.
Oh, fantastic. And have you already done your pit display judging yet?
No, that's tomorrow, but we're looking forward to it.
Okay, and what does the rest of the day have in store for you then? After racing, what happens?
Oh, we're just watching the rest of the racing, so we're excited to see what will happen next.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Well, listen, it's great to have you on board, Genesis. Obviously, we'll wait to get to race 3, which we can go to right now. So let's go trackside for the race between BRT, OLIBAEZA and Genesis. Genesis moving to lane 1 now. Again, another very fast time there from Genesis. A 1.085, I believe. Yes, 1.085. At least this time, OLIBAEZA managed to finish the race. You can see the difference in timing there, just amount behind. Just behind, but at least it didn't get caught, though, in the line there at that time. So there you go, a 1.085 for you, Genesis. Happy with that, the engineering side of the team?
Yeah, really happy. Hopefully, car B should do faster.
Okay, all right. And did you design it that way, that car B would be faster, or?
No, actually, car A broke in transit, so that may be the reason why it's been this low.
Ah, okay. So how did that get fixed then?
Our friend Nelson just glued the car back in half.
Perfect. Okay, all right, good. And hopefully with the super glue left a long enough time for it to dry, something that 9 degrees, unfortunately we'll have to wait until tomorrow for that to happen. But there you go, transit, these things happen. Waiting to get to race 4 then. And hopefully we will see faster times. Hopefully, I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed for OLIBAEZA that they finish this. We'll definitely know whether it's a design fault with the car itself. Nope, it's made it. Phew, just lane 2 was luckier for it. A 1.211 for them, but a 1.09 for Genesis. So just one of those freak moments, it happened. And we're also seeing how fast the cars are compared to a human there.
I think it was Andrew.
Yeah, we saw that. The human walked and not quite as fast as the cars. Genesis, 4 races. Sit back, relax, and see where you'll end up at the end of the day. I've got to ask, who did the reaction time that we'll be seeing tomorrow? Who did that?
That was Louise.
Okay, all right. And are you feeling confident that adding that in tomorrow will make the car faster for you?
Hopefully. We hope so, yeah.
Okay, well, I hope so too for you. Great to chat to you, Genesis. We'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.
There you go. And finally, OLIBAEZA, the car finished. It crossed the line.
Yeah.
Muy bien. This is good. This is good stuff. Well, there you go. You've set your time. You didn't get to practice, but you now have times. You join the leaderboards. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. We are super proud.
Super proud.
Because it's amazing to get the 1.2 with no experience. We expect less. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, well, listen, it's great to experience your excitement and your happiness right now. So we will see you again tomorrow, mañana. Okay, there you go. Take care, adios. There you go. Leaderboard is now up on your screens. How's your eyesight, Amy?
Not that good.
Prismatic it is then. Still top of the table. Then it's Team IQ. Then you've got 9 Degrees Racing. Then you have Quintolux in 4th place. And that's enough. That's enough. I'm going to just go to the top 4. But it is great to see there the teams joining that leaderboard. And fantastic effort and work. For some of those teams hadn't got the time to be able to practice. So they were just, it was a hope and a prayer.
Yep, winging it. Winging
it, literally. So well done to everyone so far for taking part in the races. We have one more race for this section before we take a breather, and then we will go to the rest of the world at 20 to 5 UK time. And the 2 teams are Ace and Britannia Red. Sam, over by the touchscreen. Very different.
That car's Ace now. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of differences this time. It seems like a much shorter wheelbase for Ace, a shorter car, much more simple, flat design, top and bottom with a really short chamber surrounds area, whereas Britannia Red's, it extends further. It sort of looks like it's leaning into into the race. A really extended front wing that's really interesting. Again, similar to other ones with the aerodynamic, obviously that works, never mind. The aerodynamic feature, directing it around the wheels and then the wing itself in front. But yeah, a lot of differences this time, so we'll see.
A lot of differences, but let's see if the times are that much different. First team we will chat to all the way from Cyprus is Ace. Welcome to the World Finals for the first day of racing. Great to see you again. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good. Good. All right.
Good.
Is anyone feeling better than good? No, I'll take that as a no.
We're feeling excited.
Excited. You should be. You're about to race. You've overcome any issues that you've faced so far. So how good is your car?
So we've had a few issues today in the scrutineering, but we're trying to stay as positive as we can and see what's going to happen in the race.
Okay, good. Paniaitos, great to have you on board, being positive, moving forward. And your car, in terms of the wheels, what did you design them and make them out of?
They're made from aluminium.
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And did you find that made the car faster? It was the best material to use?
It's very smooth, and we thought that it's the way to reduce friction with the wheels and track.
Okay, reduce that friction, hopefully go faster. Well, listen, Ace, great to chat to you. We'll see how you do on the track when we get racing. You're going to be taking on Britannia Red from the United Kingdom. There they are, all the merch. Great to see you guys. You've watched all of the other races, I'm sure. How are you feeling about your car now?
Still confident, nervous. Yeah, it'll be the first time we've seen our final car race, so we're excited to see how it performs. You know, we put in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, so hopefully it'll pay off. And yeah, I think we're just very excited to get it down the track now.
Yeah, the name Britannia Red, that just means, it equates in my head hours and hours of effort and hard work going into a project. What did you use for the wheels?
We used nylon for our wheels.
Okay. And what was the reasoning behind that?
Well, for the Worlds, we knew that the cars would be racing for a long time, so we wanted a material that would be robust enough, but also lightweight as well.
Yeah, durability is something that we've seen today, Amy, and the cars need to withstand that impact, don't they?
Definitely. Not a lot of people think about the endurance side of it.
Okay, and in terms of the times, Prismatic, the fastest car at the moment, are you close to that time, or do you just want to see what happens on the track?
Well, let's get it down the track first, and yeah, hope it all goes over in one piece. I think.
Yeah, and in terms of manufacturing, how difficult did you find manufacturing the car and getting it to the World Finals?
It was definitely, obviously, because of COVID, a lot more difficult this year. However, I think we worked as a team quite well, and we managed to get all the deadlines made. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and often we talk about, Amy, the team's bond. When you started the project to where you are now, are you thick as thieves? Are you a tighter unit? What's the bond been like?
I mean, we've been a team for pretty much 3 years now, so I think we're quite well bonded. We get on quite well.
We're all sick of each other.
Okay. Do you know what? I like a bit of honesty in a World Finals, yeah. But sick of each other for the right reasons, knowing that you're being pushing one another through as far as they want to go and even further. And in terms of the competition, who stood out for you in terms of the designs that you've seen so far?
Well, the Australians always put in a good shift. There were some wonderful designs from the Australians this morning, and the Irish had a lovely car. Yeah, we've been admiring them all on Instagram and stuff. We posted our car reveal earlier today. It's good to see them up close. Obviously, see them on the track, you only get a glimpse of them down the track. So we've been looking at them a little bit closer on social media and stuff. And yeah, they're looking very strong this year.
Yeah, you get less than 2 seconds. I've worked it out in my head. You get less than 2 seconds to see them. But listen, Britannia Red, lovely to chat to you. We'll go trackside very shortly. 3 years with the same team, Amy. That puts you through your limits, doesn't it?
Yeah, I had only 2 with my team.
And that was enough?
That was enough.
Okay, fair enough. So they've done remarkably well. 3 years. Oh, okay, so they've done all the waiting. Nothing worse than being the last team to get onto the track to race. We're moments away from getting there. In terms of that car design, you'll say, I've not been good all day at predicting, but out of the two, from what you're seeing and your experience, which one's going to be the faster of the two?
So I did spot Britannia Red's car when we were doing the initial sneak peek.
Yeah.
Very simple design, very well executed, I think. So just on the basis of simplicity, I think.
Okay.
Let's go for Britannia Red.
Execution and simplicity, we like those words. The other UK team, Electron, one of the other UK teams, should I say, less is more in that respect. Sam, your thoughts on which one's going to be the faster on track?
Yeah, same thoughts. Yeah, just nice and simple, but still like clearly enough things considered in terms of aerodynamics and strength and manufacturing and everything. Yeah, Britannia Red, I think.
Okay, all right.
I'm sure they won't like me saying that it was simple.
No, they're not happy. They
were very well designed.
Very well designed. Okay, there you go. They're still behind you. Don't look round. Don't look round. Okay, let's go trackside. Lucy, you've got an update for us.
I do, Tom. So we noticed Gary having a bit of a play around with one of the cars. What were you doing?
That was a little fiddle, I think you might call it. The front eyelet for the tether was basically just in line with the front wing. So if you put the cable under the tether underneath the front wing, it would rub on the front wing. And if you put it over the top of the front wing, it would rub on it. So I moved the front tether out just a little bit to make sure it clears as best possible. It still may touch, but we've moved them out a little bit and super glued them. So should be okay, but it might not be as fast as it should be. But that's in the regulations, you know. You should only have to pass the tether through the two eyelets. And obviously if it rubs on something else, that's friction you don't want to have.
So will the team get any point deductions for this or anything, or not?
No, this is in the interest of the competition to try to get the cars all to compete. So, you know, we see these little things for everybody and we try to do the best we can to just have an open competition.
Brilliant. Thank you, Gary.
There you go. Lucy and Gary have been brilliant all day today, if you've been watching from the start to the finish, helping us down here on the stage, make sure that we know what's going up on trackside. I believe that we can now go back trackside, though, to watch the race. The first one, Oscar. Oh, he was going to go with a different hand there to turn the button on. Well, that would have been a freakish occurrence there. So, right, let's get going then. Lane 1, Ace from Cyprus, taking on Britannia Red from the UK in lane 2. Very quick there from Britannia Red. You said that consistency and manufacturing would have done them very well, and it seems to have done just that with the time set. We're just watching the replay now. So 1.087, sub 1.1. We have seen faster today. We've also seen slower than that today. Ace coming in at 1.196, so a sub 1.2. Britannia Red might be happy with that. We'll find out in just a second. Ace, what do you make of that then?
We're pleased with the time. We expected a bit slower, but yeah, that's very good, I believe, for us.
Yeah, that is very good.
Try a bit faster.
Yeah, that's very good. I think my car's going to be slower. Oh, it was faster. That's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. In your testing, did it go faster than that time you just set?
No, that's the fastest time they ever has set, so we're happy.
Celebration. I love that. Ace, well done on that. You've gone even faster in the World Finals. I love that enthusiasm. Let's go back trackside then for race number 2. And again, Britannia Red being the faster of the two cars, a 1.089. And maybe Ace's time there, a 1.264, might be more as they expected it from practice. But that's a great feeling. Hey, we thought our car was this slow, at this speed, sorry, and then it's even faster.
And all in one piece as well.
Yes, that is good. Seeing Aaron and Michael not move there, I think because it was it'd frozen. But there was no signals being given. Britannia Red, I'd like to chat to you guys. 2 races done. Are we happy with that? Can the car go faster? What do we think?
There's definitely some room for improvement, I think. Could go a little bit faster, but we'll have to see. Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Just...
Okay, all right then. And moving lanes now, that could be the difference.
Yeah, maybe.
Lane 1's always quicker is my motto. We'll see.
Even in the worst moments where it doesn't have any relevance, I always say that as well. Lane 1's quicker. Even if I'm shopping at the very least. Listen, guys, I want to ask, for the rest of the judging today, have you got more to come, or are you all done?
We're all done for today. We've had 3 interviews today, and then we've got another 3 tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, and do you feel prepped, ready for those ones tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're quite ready, yeah.
Okay, they're very optimistic, very cheerful. I like Britannia Red. Okay then, so we'll head over to race 3. Sam, over by the touchscreen, did everything go as you thought it might there?
Yeah, I think so. Something to point out, which Gary was talking about, is basically the tether line. I assume was either going through between the gaps in the front wing or underneath, and basically meant that the tether line was being pushed against the wing, so scrubbing against theirs. Obviously, that was a similar problem with what happened to the Spanish team. So just before they could make that issue, make that problem stopping halfway, they've been able to resolve it.
Resolve it before we get racing, and then that will...
Yeah, the difference with the Spanish team was that the wing was actually the tether line guide, so they couldn't change, they couldn't adjust the an eyelet to make sure it's in the right height because it was fixed, whereas this seems like there's an eyelet at the front and eyelet at the back, and it just, the way that they were positioned made the tether line rub against it effectively.
All right, so good to have you down here, Sam. Thank you very much for your touchscreen work. Don't forget, we've got this amazing Williams car just in front of us. You forget it's there after a while. I forgot about it, and then I noticed that's on a Formula 1 car right in front of me. So Amy, this is going to be the last race of today. Later on, we will have, back at 20-5, we will have the race between the collaboration team Brazil and Greece of Zenith versus the girls Tonal Tech Racing, which will be a mascot coming out for that. Yes. Out of any of those races, ones that stand out for you that you're looking forward to later on in the day?
I really enjoyed when you were talking to Brazilian 6 yesterday. Yeah. They seem like a great bunch, and I'm really excited to get chatting to them. And also, I'm excited to see the Team Tachyon.
Yes.
I was a Team Tachyon.
Okay. So. Oh, there could be some good sort of vibes given out there. I like it. All right, Amy, great stuff. Well, listen, we're going to go trackside again now to see whether Britannia Red and Ace can improve on their times. You know what? I didn't even notice there was another Tachyon. Fantastic.
I haven't mentioned it enough. Quick.
Lane 1 is always quicker. Lane 1's my favourite. Whatever the motto was, very happy with that. 1.063. New motto from Britannia Red. Doing them very well there. And actually quicker for Ace as well, 1.180. So they're very happy with car A. Britannia Red, there was a few fist pumps there.
You saw.
Yeah.
You thought we were discreet.
No, like a hawk. Tom Deacon the Hawk, they call me. I caught you. I mean, obviously you would want to go faster, but that's a very good time. Would you be happy with that if that's the fastest today?
Never. Underborn would be nice. No, it's a good time, so we're quite happy with that, yeah.
Okay, it is a good time. Happy with that. Well, let's see if you can get even faster in race 4 as we go up to the track now. Yeah, they could go faster. They did. 1.052 for Britannia Red. Very happy with that. I can see in the screen behind me. And a 1.226 for Ace. So great work for the last race of this section. This is the Middle East section and the European teams going head to head. Just checking. If there was any breakage. There wasn't. Britannia Red, congratulations, faster and faster. You said lane 1 is the lane for you. It's done just that. You're feeling happier now?
Yes, definitely.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I'll let you rest up. Best of luck with tomorrow. We'll catch up with you then. Thank you very much, Britannia Red from the UK. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And finally, let's chat to Ace. It was mixed in terms of the speeds and times you were getting, but overall, you went faster than you thought you would.
Yes, that's definitely a win for us. We did not expect these times, and yeah, we're very happy with this.
Yeah, well, listen, well done on today. Best of luck with the rest of the day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care. There you go.
Bye.
So cool to be able to chat to the teams while we're watching the races unfold. As you can see on the screen right now, we have our leaderboard. And I tell you what, Prismatic are still top of that table. Team IQ are in second place. 9 Degrees Racing are in third. And then we go further down. So the top 3 is set. But, and I say a but here, that could all change in our next section of the show. That was very enjoyable, that one, that race.
Very drama-filled.
Yeah, full of drama, full of one car even stopping mid-track. And also, we now have 2 races that have actually recorded the same identical time. So we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, it'll be 20 to 5. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you keep up to date with all of the socials on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok at F1 in Schools HQ. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them in the comments below on YouTube. You can also email us at contact@f1inschools.com. In the meantime, be well. We'll see you back here 20 to 5 UK time. In a bit.